Hello, everybody. Happy Memorial Day. We are here on SimWorld TV for a triple header of high school hoops today. I'm B-Ron alongside Big Bob, and we have our first game here on tap between the Originators and Showtime basketball. Big Bob, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. Good to be with you here on Memorial Day.
I mean, I don't think Corey Yams would say the same thing that you're saying, but I am doing great. I'm glad to be here with you, too. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Always a pleasure to be here on SimWorld TV with you, with our SimWorld crew here. First game getting ready to get going as the OGs win the tip. Big Bob, we know the matchup in this one is all going to be talk about Bronny James and DJ Wagner, the #1 and #2 high school players in the nation. What are you looking forward to seeing out of both of these kids here today in this Memorial Day showcase game, if you will?
I'm looking forward to the most likely to see if DJ Wagner can break out of his slumps. I know he's not doing bad statistically, but he would disappear for roughly 3.5 quarters, it feels like, and I'm not too sure what the deal is on that end, but
oh my goodness! There we go. We see it right there immediately. Wagner got a bucket on his end, and Bronny comes back with a ferocious dunk.
To correct you, I think that was no. You're right. That was a 3 by Wagner. I don't know why he looked a little different to me. I thought it was Loftus. You're right. No, I mean, in a matchup like this, I would suspect to see Bronny and DJ Wagner get close to the SimWorld Hoops season points record, which is 43 by Wagner's partner Loftus. I just suspect that they're both going to want to be the guy in a big game like this.
Right, exactly. And, go talk about Wagner for a second. You mentioned that he seems to disappear in quarters. And I think that it seems over the last couple of games throughout this week and weeks they've been on, he's looked good, like you said, but he seems to not be as aggressive in certain spots. We'd like to see him be more aggressive. I think that's more where his issues lie right now. And if he can use this game today as a stepping stone for him to get more aggressive, going up against Bronny James, then, that'll be the catalyst for him, sure.
I think the big thing for Wagner is that he really likes to try and get his teammates involved.
Right.
So we might not necessarily see him show up on the stat sheet like we would expect to. It doesn't mean he's still not a top 2 player in the country, but he likes to get his teammates involved.
Oh my goodness, the stars are coming out, and they are playing to begin the game. All tied at 8. We've seen some fast and furious action here. Just a couple of minutes. They spoke about it earlier. The Originators are on a 3-game losing streak. Showtime's on their last 2 in a row. Both of these teams are looking to win a big one here in a primetime matchup. This is a huge game for both teams.
Yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see how there's been a little bit of a startup change on the Originators for this game. Kamari Ward had started, I think, a game or 2 recently at small forward. Obviously, he's not built as a small forward, but he's what the Originators need. But with the size that Bryce James brings on Showtime, Jared Quinney is back in the starting lineup. Hopefully to slow Bryce James down. I think that's going to be one of the keys to the game, is seeing just how, if they can keep it to just Bronny, and I think that's for most teams, if you can keep it to just one guy hurting you, unless you're the Boston Celtics against the Sixers and the Heat, if you can keep it to just one guy hurting you, then you're probably going to do a good, probably going to have a good day.
Right, yeah, I was just going to ask you what are some of your keys to the game for this one, Bob. You already gave me one. You have 2 more, perhaps, for Showtime, or?
I would say that for Showtime, not doing that. Do not. So I think the biggest thing is they've struggled. The Originators have struggled a little bit down low on the defensive end, but for Showtime, I think the key to any team playing the Originators is don't drive on Snyder or Ogauskas. Find a way to get them guarding the three-point line, and you'll probably have
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree, Bob. That is definitely going to be one of those keys, and we saw it right there. Big kids were out of the way, and they went in there and got an easy dunk. And this dunk from Ilgauskas on the other end, too.
Yeah, he needs to become more of an offensive force. I mean, obviously, he's been such a great defensive force for them. I think that in order for him to really be great, he gets a little soft sometimes going up for the dunk, and he pulls off a lot. He pulls off, gets some crappy little layups that cost him the game.
Oh man! What a start to this game. DJ Wagner, and that is Nick Moss. Nick Moss throwing that one down. He has been one of the new players on Showtime, really coming in and making an impact for them. OG's looking to respond. Tough bucket there from DJ Wagner. They are getting involved early and often, and that is one of my keys to the game for the OGs, is getting Wagner going early and having him be the one to set the tone and make everything else go around him as Corey Yams comes back.
I think it's really interesting that we haven't had a stop yet. We're almost over the first quarter. I usually expect to see a couple stops, but these guys are just out there. They're just out there balling, and the refs are letting it go.
Refs are letting it go. There's been some defense played, but it's been a lot of easy dunks and tough shots being made on both sides too. That's Jared Quinney. Always good to see him get going. It's always good to spot him on the court too. You can't miss with the interesting hair. And there's our first stoppage of the game with the Showtime timeout. We're going to take a quick one as well. Come right back for the last 1:56 of the first quarter. Welcome back, everyone. Good first quarter action here to begin. And if you like what you're seeing so far, be sure to join our world here. We got the Discord here, that is discord.gg/SimWorldNBA. Join up on there, be part of all the discussions and all things going on in SimWorld Hoops. 18. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Bob.
I was just going to say, don't forget the YouTube, the Twitters, all the social medias that we got.
Yes, absolutely. Follow us on all those places. Come be a part of this wonderful experience we are building out for you all here. Trying to take over the world. See the game, be the game. You know the rules.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we got a tight game here. It's a high scoring game. What stuck out to you so far?
So, for me, it's really been both teams' willingness and ability to attack the paint. Because both teams have combined 24 points inside the paint. They are both getting inside at will and scoring, both making easy shots like that, like the dunk right there, and the more difficult ones. We've seen both teams go in and get difficult layups to fall and that kind of stuff. So that is always one thing that I like to see. What about you, Bob?
You know, the most interesting thing to me so far is I really felt like I hadn't seen anybody but DJ Wagner and Bronny James score in the first quarter, but they're really facilitating for their teams right now, which is what I know. I complained a little bit about DJ Wagner not being selfish and not just taking over the games, but they're doing what they need to do right now. Both of them are doing what they need to do right now to keep their teams in it.
Right, exactly. And I think that is one of the things that sometimes goes overlooked with your star players. Sometimes you want those kids to be just this aggressive scorer because you know that that's what they do best. But I think that the real test and the real thing that makes a star player is by also getting their teammates involved too. And at this level, if you're someone like Wagner or Bronny James, and you can show that you can not only score, but also get your teammates involved too, that makes you more valuable at the next level to the bigger schools, because they're going to want kids who can do the same thing. My personal opinion. Wagner, he wants to run point. He said to Coach Dodge he wants to run point, and he's been having the ball on his hands for majority of the game past 2 games here for them.
Yeah, and I think there was a change done after not their last loss, because there's been 3 in a row. Let's go ahead and highlight that again. 3 losses in a row for the Originators, all on live TV. DJ Wagner had been the starting point guard for most of the season, but I think there was a little bit of a change-up after that the first loss of the 3 losses in a row. There's a little bit of a change, and it seemed like maybe that change is what started the 3-game losing streak, but we don't know.
Yeah, I think that DJ excels having the ball in his hands. I mean, he's, because, there are players who, like I said, who excel the ball in their hands, and others who need to find a space to make their own shot or have to get it from other places, setting screens, that kind of stuff. But DJ, to be effective, I think he needs to have the ball in his hands so he can make plays by getting the shots himself or getting his teammates involved. As Kamari Ward gets foul called on him, and we'll see free throws here coming up for Showtime. The coach Alyssa Dodge there on the sideline. She and this team have looked really good to begin the season so far, Bob. What do you think, besides Wagner, what do you think has been the biggest reason for the OGs in this start they've had to the season?
I mean, I think that's an obvious answer. There's actually 2, 3. I think it's the whole team, really. Obviously, Wagner's the big name there, but then you have Loftus coming in from Gotham 5 after the little hiccup there in his in his commitment. And then you have Tyrone Snyder and Victoria Sokauskas just being such defensive forces in the paint. Team leading the league in most blocks per game. Both of them are continuously close to breaking the single-game blocks record for this season. They had
both, like every game,
Snyder
right?
Snyder had it. And then Victorious, he had a couple where it was just one more. I mean, he had the one game where he had 7 blocks in the first quarter.
It's a lob! Yes, sir!
But I do think that it's just been a complete team effort. We always talk about Wagner because of how talented he is, and it'll be interesting to see how. Good steal by Kevin Sullivan. He's one that I want to point out. Kevin Sullivan. Oh God. I realized the time was running down. I'm like, what's he doing?
We can hold that for the second quarter. End of the first here. We had a great game here. Both teams coming out firing. Come back for the second quarter here. The Abigail C. Pride Compound, 20-21. Second quarter action set to begin. Originators are out to a 1-point lead. We have some games on Tuesday coming up for you guys after today's games. The first game on Tuesday is Gotham 5 versus Lone Star. That's going to be a fantastic game, I think. And we've also got SimWorld Atlantis versus Southeast Select and the Bay Area Breakers versus SimWorld South America all on Tuesday. The triple header of action there tomorrow after today's holiday game. Corey Yam's going to work inside, getting the lead back for Showtime to begin the second quarter play.
You know, I'm a little disappointed in those Tuesday games that Raining Trees isn't one of the live games. I always love to see Kayvon Jackson.
Always gotta look out for the dunk shot, and there's a dunk there from Maverick Jackson Jones.
You know, I think I appreciate that for the Originators out there right now. We have 3 guys that returned from last season. Honestly, all 3 of them had probably expected to have a little bit more playing time than they have had this season, but they're playing their part. They're not complaining, they're playing their parts. I'm personally not sure what Eric Nelson is doing most of the time, because I noticed that Darius Loftus might have been
oh my goodness, Kevin Sullivan just bodied Corey Yams. The spin move into the dunk, my goodness. Oh, that's disgusting.
We'll see if Corey Yams can return the favor.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bodied like that, though. But he returns the bucket and ties the game in the process. Or, no, I'm sorry, 26-25. OG's in the lead. But you were talking about Eric Nelson a minute ago, Bob. Yeah, he has been on the quiet side. But again, you know, I don't think you can prepare for getting a player like DJ Wagner and have that kind of throw wrench into your plans, because all thoughts before was that Nelson was going to be the starting point guard coming into the season. And then they got DJ Wagner, and that just changed everything.
Yeah, got DJ Wagner, and there's a possibility that Wagner could have played shooting guard because of his shooting skills, but that wasn't the case, because obviously they brought in Loftus.
Right.
And when you have Wagner and Loftus, with the way that they shoot, I mean, you have number 2 3-point shooter in SimWorld Hoops and the number 6 or 7 3-point shooter in SimWorld Hoops. Nelson isn't going to find a whole lot of time, but Nelson, he's kind of gone away from what he was last year when he is on the court. Last year, he was probably the most pure passer. I think he was in the top 5 in assists per game. Yeah. And this season, he seems to really like to want to try and drive. And that's just not him, especially when you're the littlest guy on the court. The last thing you should be doing is driving.
If you do, make sure the lane is clear.
Good putback
clear.
by Jace.
Jace Daniel, yeah, great putback for him. We saw Ethan Letterman Jr. get a shot there on the other end of the fall earlier on their last session down. It's now tied up here again at 28. Yams inside. Great block there from Ilgauskas on Corey Yams. Now they're going back the other way with it. 5:30 to go here in the quarter. It has been a star-studded affair so far to begin, but I'm also liking what I'm seeing from some of the other players as well from both these teams getting things done. It's not, like I said, it's been about the stars, Bronny and DJ. Also Bronny and Bryce. Bronny and DJ on the opposite sides of the court. But the other players like Letterman now getting himself going with another bucket there.
Yeah, that's one thing that the Originators have really seemed to struggle on this year is 3-point percentage from their opponents. They're not giving up a ton of points, but they are giving up points at a high clip.
Yeah, and they looked
tough shot by MJJ.
Yeah, they looked really good at the beginning of the season too, to be fair. And then, like you said, things have struggled lately on the defensive end with allowing 3-pointers. And Nelson, a little too intense there on the defense.
I think Nelson just wanted to stop to get the stars back out there.
Mass subs to both teams here, as we're going to get back here to action very soon. Kamari
here we
Ward
go. Here
is also there on the floor.
Yeah, we're gonna see Kamari Ward probably in more of a more natural position for him playing point guard versus his general small forward when he is in the starting lineup. So be interesting to see. He's a really good. Obviously, he can shoot the three, but he is.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think he's like a Dominic Bianco light.
You did, yeah. You did say that. Matter of fact, during the NFL podcast, you definitely did mention that. And that was Nick Moss there. And I think that's his third or fourth bucket of the game so far. And there's a foul on Jackson McLean blocking.
Yeah, McLean is one that I think really needs to. He needs to be showcased a lot more for the Showtime basketball team. But we see Draco there got his 5 seconds of fame. He's like, yeah, we'll fill you in real quick. You'll get a couple of seconds. We'll pull you out.
Wagner back out on the floor now with Maverick Jackson Jones on his hand. Takes the jumper, no good.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot. Sorry, we haven't seen a whole lot from Bryce tonight. This afternoon, whatever. This morning, whatever.
This morning, yeah. Yeah, it's an early game, Bob. What do you? I know these are very rare here. We have early games unless you're, on a weekend. It's an international game, but on a holiday, what do you think about these early games for a lot of these kids and the parents getting up early, going to play a game? I remember playing rec baseball and we'd have early games, so it's not uncommon. But these are good for everybody, I think.
So I am completely against holiday games in any sport.
Okay.
I don't think there should be Thanksgiving Day games in football, Christmas Day games in basketball. I'm not a fan of those at all. Now we have Black Friday. I think we have big three. I think we have Black Friday games this coming NFL season. I'm not about. I mean, Black Friday's not really a holiday. It's just a reason. It's just a reason to go and spend a lot of money.
Right. Yeah. And there's the kids who are making a lot of money at some point in the next couple of years. Getting no dunk there.
Fortunately for him, he can. He's probably always going to have money thanks to his daddy.
I mean, that is also true. But making your own money is always preferable. But I think we've seen a lot of Bronny being able to get past DJ here with relative success, and there is another bucket there from Ronnie James, and the foul drawn on DJ Wagner. Question for you: can DJ keep Bronny in front of him, Bob?
I mean, at this point, that's been a struggle. I think I've noticed it. For the second half of the season so far for the Originators, is their guards seem to really overrun all of their defensive assignments, specifically whoever the point guard is. So I don't know, maybe some changes need to be made so that they're not overrunning their assignment, because Bronny James is not one that you want to give a free lane to.
Right, yeah, and it's tough too, because if you play him tight, he can just go by you. But if you play him too loose, at least it's for him to just pull up and take a jumper, like we've seen his dad do multiple times throughout his career. If you give him space, he's gonna pull up. So it's a tough balance there to strike when going up against a kid like Bronny and his athleticism.
Yeah, and it's at the beginning of the year, we really that's a bad matchup.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. It didn't look like it was gonna end that way after the ball got kind of fumbled around there, but Ilgauskas backed off to help, and that was a mistake. And there's a three-pointer. That is short. Showtime getting us a nice little lead here now. With 1:20 left to go in the first half here. It's still a manageable lead, obviously. They're not down too far yet, but it's looking to almost be at 10 points. It's 9 now. Showtime on a roll here, Bob.
Yeah, they've really fallen apart. The Originators have really fallen apart on the inside, it seems. I don't know what Ilgauskas is doing. He keeps leaving McLean just pretty much go free to the basket. He seems like he's, I don't know, his feet are on backwards or something today. So, big three by
Whitney responds with the three, getting it down to 6, 45 seconds to go. And I think that right now it's a good spot to be. 6 points, about 6 points down. Obviously, you'd like it to be lower, but 6 points is good. It's going to stay 6 for now, at least. Showtime missing. Go ahead, Bob.
Obviously, it'll be best for...
At that point, you gotta just take the layup.
Showtime ball.
Yeah,
you gotta risk getting blocked.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what Quinney was thinking there. Besides that, he got a little scared.
Yeah, that was not the right decision there to make at all. What? 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. We're gonna slow the pace down here, which I think is smart. Hold for the potential last shot with the shot clock and getting Hawaii separated by a few seconds, if that.
Yeah, as long
Moss
as
with it. Jumper, no good, and that is going to end the first half of play. 46-40, Showtime in the lead, and it's been a really, really fun first half action here. Bob, both teams came out firing, ready to go. The stars are playing like stars. The role players are doing their part as well. What's been the most exciting thing for you from both sides here in the first half?
I think just seeing both Wagner and Bronny finally be able to show each other up in a game against each other. So I see that matchup was obviously one of the premier matchups that we waited for. I think for the first half of the season. We obviously never
we waited
got
a long time for it. We finally got it.
And maybe we'll see it in college too if Kentucky ever plays USC.
Yeah. Exactly. Anything else that's taking you by surprise in the first half?
No, not really. There's nothing really surprising right now. It's a game of runs, and Showtime's gone on a little bit of a run, so we'll see how OGs come out after half.
Yeah, we will see how they try to respond very shortly. Second half to begin. We're going to come right back and we'll see how it goes. So good first half, second half action, getting set here to begin. It has been the Bronny and DJ Wagner show as expected from both teams, but Showtime has two kids in double figures. One of them obviously being Bronny James, the other one being Jackson McLean. His first game back in the starting lineup, he's showing that he can hang with these bigger kids in Tyrone Snyder and Victor Galcius, as well as Corey Yan is also doing his part as well.
Yeah, I mean, McLean is doing what I think that he can do if given the opportunity. I think he's a really good big. I think that he obviously has a tough matchup against Galcius, but we see that most of his points did not come off of guarding Galcius. He went up against, I think he had Loftus or Wagner down there, and if you're putting a guard on McLean, good luck.
Yeah, he had a couple smaller plays on them to get some of those points for sure. As Bronny James begins the third quarter by getting some free throws. I like to see the aggressiveness. I also want to talk about Corey Yams too. I think he's done a really good job, all things considered. Also, again, with the bigs that the OGs have in Snyder and Ogauskas, I think he's also playing a really good game here as well.
Yeah, anytime you go up against those two, it's always tough. And Corey Yams, he is something special.
Yeah, we think he is. He is one of the more interesting personalities here in Sim World Hoops. Always love to talk to him and get his thoughts on things, hear from him in general, really. Like I said, one of the characters here in Similar Hoops for sure.
Yeah, I think the thing is, you like to get his thoughts, but I don't think he really thinks too much when he says anything. So
one of those things where you just say stuff, right?
Sometimes that's how you gotta live.
Yeah, no think, only say.
Just would.
There's the jumper. It's not a good one, but Ilgauskas is there to clean it up. Nobody boxed him out, though. We saw that come into play in the Heat game the other night. You got to box out players, especially one like Ilgauskas.
Absolutely. You can't let anybody open down low. At least get somebody within like 3 feet of him.
Yeah. Someone's got to be there to put a body on him, get a foot in there or something, but no one was there on that one. There's a drive, but that gets rejected by Corey Am. He's hyped up about that one, as he should be.
Yeah, Loftus has spent the last couple of games really trying to find his way to the basket, and that is not his game, and I think he needs to stop it. Stop it.
Well, I think he's been pressing a little bit too much, like you said, and I think that's a sign, trying to force some of those shots as Loftus gets one there to go off the inbound play. I think that's what you want to see from him. You want to see him get open for those quick mid-range jumpers and even three-pointers we know he can take. And there's Ronnie going right by Wagner again. He has had his way with DJ Wagner.
Yeah, he is just feeding on the inside today, whatever.
Yeah, Wagner has had a rough time stopping Ronnie, and at some point I have to think about sending a double his way. Bob?
I think they need to. Oh, big three.
Big three from DJ Wagner, yes sir.
I think
52-47. We are going to take a quick break here. Come right back for the rest of the third quarter. 5:55 to go. Welcome back to the third quarter here at the Abigail St. Pride compound. Spoke earlier about the Discord. If you would like to join up and be a player and or coach, again, same spot. Discord.gg/SimWorldNBA. If you got the brains, come be a coach. If you got the game, come be a player. This game's been really fun. Bronny James has 7 dunks in this one. He's been getting to the rim, and he has not been denied pretty much at all, really.
Yeah, at some point I think they're just going to have to throw Galsix on him and hope for the best.
They'll have to send
Sweep
extra
the
help,
leg.
I think. Sweep the
leg.
leg. They got to figure out something here to slow down Bronny James. We'll see what they can do as we get back to action here. Showtime with the ball. There is Bronny James. He's attacking, but great defense from Kamari Ward. Doesn't matter, though. Bronny still gets that one to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure having Wagner off the court in such a close game is a good thing, but they get tired sometimes, and they'd rather give him a little break, and hopefully he comes back on fire.
Yeah, look, hopefully it's a short rest. He gets a few minutes of rest and he gets back out there. I think they need him on the court to keep this lead. What men will get in the way. It is Bryce pulling up. Not good, but Quinny grabs the board. Back the other way with it are the OGs. Snyder pass side to Ogalskis. Back out to Quinny. I would like to see him shoot that or put that shot up.
Yeah, I don't like that pass out. When you're that big, you gotta. Ooh.
You like that one though, right? I like that one. Kamari Ward, two-handed jam. 54-49, 4:45 to go in the third quarter. And there's a great defense from Snyder.
That was just a poor.
Ooh. As Victor Ogalskis, one-handed throwdown from him. 3-point game without Wagner on the court. There's a lob. That's not going to work at all. Picked right out of the air by Tyrone Snyder. Ward with it. He gets rejected by Jackson McLean.
I know it would have been a deep shot from Ward, but he's known for his deep threes, and I wish he would have taken that shot whenever he had the opportunity.
Loftus going and attacking. Easy layup all the way. 1-point game. Showtime has seen their lead dwindle here a bit. OG's defense looked really great here these last few minutes without Wagner on the floor. I think they have found a solution, for the time being anyway, to the Bronny James problem.
Does this mean that we need to cut, or does it mean the league needs to get Wagner out of here, that the originators need to cut
Your three.
the originators need to cut Wagner?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, but you might want to consider maybe having both Wagner and we're on the floor. Quinny! Yeah! Wow. Yeah, I love that. He lulled him into a false sense of security there with the few dribbles back, and then said, I'm just gonna go right by you. And he did, and it worked. But answering back on the other end,
I don't know. I don't think Loftus knew what he was doing on that play.
he got lost on that one.
He got lost.
There's Loftus three. No good. Off the rim. McLean grabbing the board. McLean and Yams together on the floor. I think that's a really good combination for Showtime. And there's McLean.
Good defense by Loftus. And then if
absolutely
with the help, Jesus.
Yup, great defense there from Loftus. Hands up defense, just doing enough to prevent the shot from being too easy. Snyder, that was a easy one he should have made.
I get so tired of seeing these big guys that don't want to use their size and try and just take crappy shots over the little guards whenever they're mismatched on them.
Yeah, well, we got to remember these are 15 to 17-year-old kids, so sometimes that they're learning the game as Ogalskis gets a block there. Well, some of them still learning their bodies, I'm sure, I'd imagine, with players like that.
Ugh.
And there's the throw up from Quinny, not good, but Ogalskis there on the glass, not able to finish. Second chance now, third chance really, for the OGs.
That was a bad pass. You had Kamari Ward wide open for a three, and just a poor pass made that opportunity close.
And they got to take a tough shot. Southern winding down, not good. And the chance ends there as Bronny brings it up. He's going to get by Loftus, draw the foul, but no bucket for him that time. Good foul though from Loftus. 59-55. With Bronny going to the free throw line and trying to make it a 5-point game once again.
Shooting two.
The action is picked up here, Bob, in the last few minutes of the third quarter. We saw the pace that we saw to begin the game, really. As
Yeah.
the first kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, by halftime they must have got a little bit of Gatorade in their systems, or some Powerade, or whatever aid
it
you
is,
want
right?
to, whatever aid you want to get into to help you get through the game.
Whatever it is, it certainly helped. Pace has been frenetic. It's been really fun to watch. Bronny only gets 1 or 2 from the line. Like to see him get both, but unfortunately does not. It's a 5-point game, and down the stretch, those free throws going to be more important as Wagner is back on the floor with Ward as well. So maybe we'll see the match I was supposed to talk about earlier, as Ward forces up a layup that is not good.
We'll see. We've seen Ward's playing the point right now, and Wagner's going to be in there playing. Ooh,
Great block to get it back. Can't get the second chance to go either.
was it a block or was it a behind the back pass? I couldn't tell.
I thought I heard a tip. I thought I heard a little bit of tip of a block. So I'm gonna call it a block until I hear otherwise.
There you go.
60-55. Last minute here of the third quarter. Yams with the not turnaround, but the hook shot. Good thing there. 62-55.
It's just a coincidence, but as soon as Wagner came back on the floor, OG started to struggle.
Well, he gets himself another bucket there. Still trying to fight in this game. It's been a competitive game all throughout. Neither team has really separated themselves from the other. 3-ball, good. Was it a 2? Did they
Apparently a foot on the line.
Foot on the line? All right. Well, 2-pointer, good. We got it. We got it. My enthusiastic 3-point call did not work in my favor that time. But Corey Yams gets his second foul on the game. It was Kamari Ward, I believe, driving there to get the foul called. Yes, so Ward is going to the line. After this one, we are going to have H-Town and Run DMV in our second of 3 games. This holiday game day is packed with action, Bob. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see if H-Town can. Man, I just really wish they'd get a score. I just really wish. I don't know. I just feel like they really need a score because defensively, it's arguably H-Town is the best defensive team in the country. At least when you watch them play, it seems like it. I'm not looking at any stats or anything like that.
Right. Well, to be fair, they do have some scores on their team. You know, Vincent Magic. They got Keelan Carter, Tyrell Thompson. Tyrell Thompson. All those kids can fill it up and score. Oh, we got the last couple seconds here of the third quarter taken away. Corey Yams trying to get him to get blocked, and that is how the third quarter is going to end with great defense. 64-58. Showtime in the lead, but the question is, can they hold on to it in the fourth quarter of play? We're going to find out very soon. Come right back for the fourth quarter. It is fourth quarter time. You know what that means, folks. Put those coolers up. We have a fantastic game here in our hands. I think we're in for a great finish, Bob. 64-58 Showtime in the lead. And Wagner is going to start the fourth quarter with points, cutting it down to 4.
I don't like that floater. He had a clear lane and opted for the floater.
Hey, man, it works. It worked as Nick Moss, though, responds with the bucket of his own, getting the points right back and making it a 6-point game once again. The matchup for this fourth quarter, one of the keys for the fourth quarter, anyway, is going to be how does the OGs defend Bronny James. He has 25 points coming into the quarter, and Wagner has struggled really all night against him.
Good steal by Quinny. I think the difficult thing is when you look at who the best defender has been on Bronny, it's Kamari Ward, but who do you take off for Kamari? Jared Quinny has absolutely shut down Bryce. You can't take you can't take Wagner and Loftus off the court because they're your two primary scorers. So who do you take off? You can't take off Snyder. You can't take off Ogauskas. It wouldn't make any logistical sense. So what do you do?
Well, yeah. I think you might have to make a temporary decision, taking one of those two between Loftus and Wagner off the court temporarily. And I think you go with Loftus to get him off the court. Sometimes that defense, especially in a game like this, means more than that offensive production in certain spots. And a great hook shot from Ogauskas. 2-point game here again. It's Showtime going to burn the timeout here quickly, real early here in the fourth quarter. And again, after this game, folks, we will have the H-Town Hoopers taking on Run DMV. Run DMV is looking really good lately, Bob. They've won, I think, 4 in a row, and they're 4-1 in the last 5, something like that. It's been impressive to see Coach Myron Murray put the team together, and I think a lot of people counted them out earlier in the season, and they are rising very quickly here into the Simworld Hoops ranks here.
Yeah, I mean, for Coach Murray, I mean, it's never a surprise. I think if we would have given up on him at any point in the season, we would have been doing all of ourselves a disservice.
I agree. We're going to take a quick break and come right back for the fourth quarter. Welcome back, everyone. Fourth quarter, a few minutes into it. After a quick timeout from Showtime, we are back here for more basketball action. Letterman now with it. He's going to pull up for three, and he gets it to rattle home.
I think the interesting thing that we see here right now is, where's Bronny? Where's Bryce?
Yeah, neither of them are not. Neither of them are on the floor right now, and that is a very interesting decision there, not having them on the floor. Could be a problem. Kamari Ward responds with the three-pointer of his own, answering Letterman, anything you can do, I can do better, he says on that one. Yams with it. He's going to try and pull over of his own. And
has Yams ever hit a three?
That's like Shaq hitting the three, man. I don't know about that one. I don't think that's what you should be doing. Ward on the inside, beating Letterman, scoring again. Tying the game up at 69 as well. Showtime was the first 69, though. We know how this goes around here. We'll see if that holds true in this one. Yeah, Letterman is out there on the floor. James out there. Letterman sees some big shots for Showtime here. Another one. No, but that looked really good, though, for a minute.
See, the big man just denied DJ Wagner. For some reason, the fourth quarter is always where the players just start shutting Wagner out. His own teammates shut him out because Wagner's calling for the ball. Nogauskis is running point.
Hey, look, I mean, sometimes, as long as it works, I guess that's really what matters. As long as you get the points, I guess. You know what I mean? And there's a tough shot from Nick Moss. It falls. Responding and tying it up here at 71. Been back and forth here the last few minutes. He's got Letterman on him, does Wagner. That is an interesting matchup, I think. Letterman, I don't think he's the best defender on Showtime, but DJ Wagner responds, getting the fadeaway jumper over Ethan Letterman.
I would say, what is Ward doing in a good way, though? He was just
absolutely pestering. Yeah, pestering Nick Moss in the backcourt behind the half-court line. Another three ball at Draco Whitford. He doesn't get a whole lot of shine, but he's seeing some here. And that was a big shot in a big spot for Draco Whitford. There's Wagner on the inside, and he gets it to go despite the push for Letterman. 75-74. OGs still have a 1-point lead. This has been so fun these past few minutes. Again, the action has been fast and frantic, and Letterman going right by his man. Not the layup, but couldn't get it to go, though. Wagner wide open for three. Yay! Gets it to go. Showtime calls another timeout as DJ Wagner extends the lead to 4. 78-74 with 2:57 to go in the game. Go ahead, Bob. I think you had something you want to say there.
No, I just you cannot, you could not let him wide open like that, man.
Yeah, definitely can't do that. We are gonna step aside really quick. Come right back.
And to make it 2-possession game, and they will.
Definitely gonna have to look elsewhere.
Oh!
Welcome back, everyone. 4-point game here in Boston. Abigail C. Pride Compound being treated to a great basketball game this morning between two of the top teams in Cimbro Hoops. Despite Showtime's record, they are still considered to be one of the top teams in Cimbro Hoops. We're getting a great game here. We got 2:50 to go to decide who's going to win this one.
Yeah, I think the number one thing is going to see who can slow down Bronny. He's back out there. Kamari Ward is off the court. Big three by
Nick Moss. Another three-pointer from him. He's made some big shots in this one. I know he's been talking about getting more playing time and that kind of stuff, so it's good to see him be rewarded with that and getting some good minutes and making the minutes count as well. You know, we spoke about it earlier, Bob. Some kids complain about playing time, that kind of stuff. You can get it, but if you don't make it count, it doesn't matter what you do.
Good offensive rebound.
Great offensive rebound there from Snyder after the miss from Wagner. Cleaning up the mess that his teammate made.
It's going to be real interesting to see how the Originators play now with Kamari Ward off the court.
Yeah, and Bronny and Bryce missed. It's a good chunk of time there, but his teammates have kept them in the game and kept it a manageable lead here, or manageable deficit, I should say.
Good help defense from Quinny down there to keep Bronny from scoring.
I think that's what they're gonna need. They're gonna need help defense to stop Bronny and Bryce when their teammates eventually get beaten. Loftus can't get the midi to go. 80-70 here. Yams on the inside with it. Gets it back out to Bronny. Bronny three. There it goes. All tied up at 80. 1:05 to go in the game. And there's Quinny Ward three. He gets it to go. 3 for 3.
We talk about his hair. I still can't. We're 3 months in. I still can't figure it out.
I love his hair. I love his game too. So this one is Bronny going inside. Rattle in. Absolutely tough take there, going inside on Ilgauskas like that. But Bronny, tough kid, getting shot to go. Wagner three. Yes, sir. Wide open was CJ Wagner, and he made it hurt. 86-82. 35 seconds left in the game. Nick Moss trying to respond, but can't. Yans with the rebound. Gets it knocked away from him, but retains control of it. Go again. Foul. No basket. That's going to stop the game here as Corey Yams goes to the line for 2 big free throws as the Abigail C. Pride compounds coming alive with chance of defense. They got it there. Now, can Corey Yams make the free throws? Make it a 2-point game again, perhaps.
We'll see. I know that was a good little battle with Yams and Ilgauskas down there. I don't know. Had there not been the foul, I don't know if Yams would have came out on top, but no, it happens.
Yep, and he got the first one to go. That is a good sign. Got to get the second one as well. Everyone is up on their feet here. Players, fans, parents, everyone up on their feet enjoying this game. The Yams gets them both. That's huge. Making it a 2-point game here with 28 seconds left. Wagner and Loftus are both out there on the floor as expected. The closers of this game for the OGs. Winding the clock down. I personally think that's smart.
It is, but I don't like how they're not moving at all. They're just standing around.
Yes, I agree. A lot of standing around. Loftus gets rejected, and that's a block. It has to be a timeout. And Showtime's going to get the ball and bring it up to half court. That was a horrible possession, and I think that was a pivotal point in the game right there. But Bob, who's your player of the game? It was only a few seconds left now, but player of the game.
I mean, it's going to depend on who wins.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's either Bronny or Wagner, and I don't think it's even close.
I definitely agree wholeheartedly there with you, my friend. It's between those two kids. Both of them have willed their teams to stay in this game. They have had some help from their teammates as well, but we knew what the help was going to be coming into the game about those two. It's lived up to the hype and then some here. What a way to start today's games, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just see. 4.9 seconds left. Obviously, crazier things have happened, and I guess this will be the most exciting 4.9 seconds today.
Yeah. Look, we got 2 more games to go, man. There's still plenty of time for more excitement here. But this will be the most exciting thing we've seen in this game so far. It's what we expected, though, I think. I didn't think either of us expected a blowout. I don't think any of the fans going into the game expected a blowout of any capacity here. So we're getting a treat here. Getting a good treat here to begin the day. Again, 2 against Aspen, stay with us for those. In the corner, clock winding down here. Shot up from Brawny. It does not go. This game is over. ORIGINators survived in this one, winning 86-84, snapping their 3-game losing streak and snapping Showtime's winning streak in the process as well. Post up coming up after this one. Go ahead, Bob.
Please, Boston, forgive my friend for not being able to say ORIGInators. I apologize for him.
Every time. It's not on purpose, y'all, I swear. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Post up coming up after this one. We're going to come back for a second game as well. And as always, you guys, see the game, be the game.
Here.
You already know what's going down. They ain't ready, huh? Yeah. I'm in the club, fucked up, cause I got that Henny in me. Niggas staring at my chain saying he spent a pretty penny. I'm from the city where we roll drop top billies with the rim spinning. And the women always holler, get me. So if you really with me, you part of my dream team. My cell phone rings, you on my ding ling. Cause of my bling bling, or cause of my ching. See, it really don't matter, cause all the ladies scream. Yeah, I know your style, I know you very well. The way you shake it, mama, I can tell. Cause in the club, girl, it never fails. They be wanting yells, so I say hell yeah. We can head to my hotel, and I can put you under my spell. I have you reaching for the rails. I won't kiss and tell, cause I rock your bells. I rock you. I rock you. I rock you. I rock you. Do you wanna be with me? Is it my whip or is it my dough? Is it my wrist? You like how it glow? Is it because my love is like whoa? Whatever it is, I don't know, but I do know I'm rocking your legs. From the moment I roll up, everybody off in the club steady showing me love, cause they know I came here to get the drinks pulled up. And all you hear from the women, this girl, hold up. Yeah, that's right, mama. Ain't no need for you to fight it, mama. You can't deny, mama. Go on and get excited, mama. You been invited, indicted to a meeting in my bedroom. Move so we can get some leg room for yells. I know your style, I know you very well. The way you shake it, mama, I can tell. Cause in the club, girl, it never fails. They be wanting yells, so I say hell yeah. We can head to my hotel, and I can put you under my spell. I have you reaching for the rails. I won't kiss and tell, cause I rock your bells. I rock you. I rock you. I rock you. I rock. I rock you. I rock you. Do you wanna be with me? Is it my whip or is it my dough? Is it my wrist? You like how it glow? Is it because my love is like whoa? Whatever it is, I don't know, but I do know I'm rocking your legs. To rock your bells.
So put your motherfucking hands up, hands up.
Big B was on my league.
Ain't no maybes, baby, I can drive you crazy.
This
It's the kind of song we make the move, yo. Hey, if you lick your lips, I might put you on a list. You can meet me by the bar, I'll be spinning big chips.
This is how we do.
AP, I'm a youngin' at the south and I get that dough. Every time I hit the club, I'ma get that hoe. You can see me by the bar, blowing on a Philly guard, talking to a pretty star, trying to get it to my car, to my house. And maybe, baby, later I can put it in your mouth. Yeah, I already know we get dirty in the south. And money ain't a problem, mama, I can break a vote. This ain't all shit talk, shit, I rock it.
I rock you.
To make it 2-possession game, and they will.
definitely gonna have to look elsewhere.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Post Up. I'm your man Yales here, and I'm here with the hot one, Rick Blaze. I'm sure you got some takes on this game we just saw. We're gonna get straight into it, man. Showtime basketball at the, as B-Run calls them, the ORIGINators. The ORIGInators. Hey, look, regardless of how that game ended, man, it was a good one. We got to see arguably the number one and number two players in all of SimWorld hoops, maybe in all of prep high school level basketball, period. Depending on where you may have those guys ranked 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. We know they're up there. Excellent game. They came out fast and furious, man. I want to know what your takeaways are from the game, and we can get to the ending for sure. But what were your takeaways on this game?
I think this game was billed what it was, and it was not a letdown game. I think it was a game of runs. They came out like the Indy 500. Both teams did. I mean, they were just scoring bucket for. Both teams came prepared, ready to play. Wagner with 29 points, Quinn and 14. Gaskas almost had a double-double. Almost had triple. He had a lot going on. And Showtime had a good game plan going as well. It was a great game up until the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Coach Blaine Hamilton pissed his pants. He pissed his pants in the fourth. Well, Ricky, how did Blaine Hamilton piss his pants? I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. Why is the number one player in the league not playing until 3-4 minutes left in the fourth quarter? Dude, that's ridiculous. As soon as ORIGInators got the lead, there was a timeout call. I thought Blaine Hamilton was going to make a change after the timeout. No, he comes right back out with the same lineup that lost the lead. You don't, all due respect to Letterman, he should not be holding DJ Wagner on any planet, much less Earth. Especially in the fourth quarter. Bruh, Blaine Hamilton didn't get Bronny back into the game till like 3 minutes left in the fourth. That is ridiculous. This game was supposed to be won by Showtime. They still only lost by 2. Moss played. I looked at the stats. Bronny wasn't even second in minutes played this game. That's ridiculous to me. He was like 4th. Bro, yeah, Blaine Hampton pissed. He wet the bed. This loss is on the coach not on the team, I'm sure they are perturbed. And if you know Yams, like I think I know Yams, I'm sure he's giving them an earful right now. I'm sure.
Well, look. So I hear you on the coach's point, and I mean, Bronny James, what he finished with 30 and 70 and 90. I don't know. It was
12. He's 12 for 15, bro. That's the easiest 30 I've ever seen in my life. Why he's not in the game in the fourth? That makes no sense. A tired Bronny James is still better than everybody else on the court.
Fair enough. And all of that aside, so we'll talk about that for sure. But on the other side of that, the originators had been struggling mightily. DJ Wagner had not been looking great. He had been, frankly, just looking quite passive. He had been struggling. Kadarius Loftus had been struggling to find his way. I think we saw some things from a young man by the name of Kamarion Ward. What did the originators show you in this game?
They accepted the challenge. I didn't, when the originators get on a losing streak, every team's gonna go on a losing streak, bro. I mean, people acting like the sky was falling for the originators. Like they won so many games up into the losing streak. They have the talent. It's already there. So I'm sure Coach Dodge had a few wrinkles to figure out. And that's what she did. And a lot of coaches are now trying to work out the wrinkles and kinks for the final lineups going into the home stretch of the regular season. But they stepped up to the bell. I think everybody in Sim World figured this was going to be a good game. No one thought the originators were going to come out here and just lay an egg. And they didn't. They stepped up. Wagner stepped up. Augustus played good. Quinny played really good defense. He actually played really, really good defense. And it was a great game by the originators and great job by Coach Dodge.
Excellent. And then on the Showtime side, what would you say that you learned from this game outside of the coaching? There were a lot of, and I would say over the last few games for Showtime, where you say it's all the LeBron James, or excuse me, LeBron, you know what I mean, the Bronny James show. That's what people had assumed all season.
Right.
But despite the losses over these last few games, we've seen different people step up. We've seen the Nick Mosses of the world. We've seen Jackson McLean going in. And even in this game, Ethan Letterman, some big-time shots. Defensively, we know he shouldn't be out there trying to lock anyone down, but he hit extremely timely shots. Nick Moss getting it up. And Jackson McLean doing work. And we even saw Corey Yams showing some offensive repertoire. Some of those were challenging going up against that big guy OG's having in the middle. But he was going to work. What did Showtime show you despite a loss?
I think this is a complete team. I think this is a team that you don't want to see. I think they have as good a chance as anybody in the race to win. This is a complete team. People talk about Bronny, but let's put Bronny to the side for a minute because we know what he is, both offensively and defensively. This team identity is on the defensive end. And defensive end is where they get it done. And it's led by Corey Yams on defensive end. They have the outside shooting now with Letterman stepping up with Moss. They had the inside presence with Yams and McLean. And then Vine steps up sometime. And Chisholm is one of those guys you never mention his name, but he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I think this is a complete team. The coaching needs to get better, I feel, because in the big games, let's be honest, most of the games Showtime has lost have been games with teams that were lower than them, tiered them. They usually win those big games. Yeah. Any top 5 team you can name in Sim World today, Showtime has beat them, most of them. So they usually come up top on big games. I think the difference was the originators out-coach Showtime's coach today. But overall, Showtime is definitely a top. I think the rankings have them at number 10, and the eye test tells me they are a top 5 team, and it's not. I don't have to blink an eye twice about that.
Before we get out there on the point of coaching, you out there watching, viewers, you guys can get in here and coach. Everybody wants to play. Everybody thinks they got the game, and everyone thinks that they're going to be one of the 50 greatest players ever to step foot on the court. Every single player. I'm one of the top 50 of the 5,000 that have ever stepped on. Cool. But if you got as my man Maestro says, and I love it, if you got the brain, come be a coach. You got the game, come be a player. But I'm going to double down on that. If you got the brain, come be a coach.
Please.
You got all the ideas and all the answers about coaching, come coach. We're looking for you guys. Sim World Hoops, Sim World Prep is looking for committed, qualified coaches, and you can take these kids to the next level and make your name. Now look, so we're gonna move on to the next segment here, and I think you brought this one to the table. So I'm not really sure how you want to lead this, but I'm gonna let you do your thing. But I will absolutely love to bring in the segment because guess what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Rick, have at it.
We in the Sim World community, we see it all. We monitor it all. We watch it all, from the players to the coaches to the media. And I just want to say, I love the Sim World community, but enough is enough with a few things. First of all, for my new people that's coming into Sim World, my new players coming to Sim World, enough is enough for coming in like you the Broad Street bully, and you gonna say all these reckless things, and you haven't played a lick of ball. You're not even on nobody's team. You're on nobody's radar. Enough is enough for trying to get your clout up by being a jerk. I think the media's kind of noticing that, and they kind of curtailing that, so they're not really giving that as much airtime as maybe it has been gotten in the past. So enough is enough with all of that. Yo, I'm this, I'm that, this person. Bruh, if you're not on the team, you probably need to sit down somewhere and be quiet and be humble. Shout out to some of the newer guys who came in and just kind of took in the game and kind of watch and let their play speak for themselves or be real respectable. So shout out to those guys who've done that. And they play like in the scrimmages, and we watched them play that Sun Chung Yu. I'm gonna mess your name up, bro.
Ooh.
Son of a gun guy. Son of a gun. The guy out of
Finish
my
him.
man out of
Finish
North
him.
Korea. Man, look.
God.
My man out of North Korea? You on my radar, young brother. Hey, he's on my radar, and guess what he didn't do? He didn't bash no one. He didn't talk trash to no one. He came in respectable, let his game do the talking, and he gets on the radar. I'm already mentioning his name, and he's not even on nobody's team.
Hey,
You see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
Enough.
A nasty windmill 360 dunk will also help with that.
Oh,
Yikes.
you ain't lying. You ain't. He is Jeremy Lin with Jordan shoes on. Like, he's flying in the air. And, whoever's going to get this guy on his team, I don't know how good he's going to be on 5-on-5, but he's going to be a marketing genius for your ball club. Yeah. That's for sure.
No doubt.
So enough is enough with all the shenanigans, man. Let your game do the talking and let your mouth do the shutting. You know what I mean? Did you have enough? Anything that you've noticed? You're like, man, enough is enough.
Man, I think you hit that one on the head. Enough is enough. Here's another one. here's enough is enough. Enough of NBA teams taking a coach that has not been a proven winner and bringing them to your team to get them over the hump because you have not been a proven winner. Enough is enough.
Enough is
My
enough.
God, I don't need to call all of them out individually. I'm not going to call these coaches bad coaches. What I am going to say is if they have not proven they are able to get someone over the hump, why the hell are you bringing them to your team to get your team over the hump? I mean, I love to word things in simplistic terms because it doesn't make any sense. A track record is a track record. Guess what? For everyone says, we can say this in World Hoops. We can say it for coaching. We can say it about life. We can say it about anything in general. I'm only applying it to the NBA coaches. But here's the deal, right? History may not be the rule, but it is the data. And that's what we go by, right? If I walk in your house and I slap everyone in the house and then I walk up to you, you're going to look back at the data of what just happened. And you're going to get to me first. You should get to me first, right? Yeah, so I don't know. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough for that. I agree.
Hey.
Enough is enough.
All right, so it's Memorial Day, isn't it?
It is.
It's a special day, man. It's a
It
very
is.
special day. We're not going to take much time on this, but I feel like you may take a little longer because I feel like you may be passionate about this. What is your favorite party food on a Memorial Day, sir?
Oh man, I don't know if I can wrap that in one. My people, we did our Memorial Day celebration on yesterday. So today is my leftover day. So just to let you know, for breakfast this morning, I've had some brisket, some ribs, and potato salad. That was my breakfast of champions for this morning. And once I'm done calling this next game, this is gonna be peach cobbler and vanilla bean ice cream.
Oh my God!
You got to get it in when you got to get it in. A barbecue is a staple on certain holidays. Memorial Day happens to be one of those things. Now, I have to say this. You know what? It's not me if I don't say something controversial, right? So I have to say this. This kind of goes back into but cookout. My people at the cookout. if how can I put this? If you I'm trying to put a little text so the sim world media don't come down on me. If your ethnic background does not depict that you historically are good at certain foods,
That data.
you might want to refrain from those foods. Don't come up to me.
Coming back to data, Rick. I appreciate that.
Don't come up to me. Exactly. Don't come up and tell me how great your candy yams is. And you've never had a black person have your candy yams before. You should be putting recipes out on candy yams if a person of color has never actually tasted and confirmed that your candy yams is on par. Because I'll be seeing you guys at the cookout and you wonder why those nasty ass food dishes don't leave. It's still whole when you leave because nobody wants that raggedy ass candy yams and that dried macaroni and cheese that you try to bring every single year. You need to check with somebody first. You need to find out, do the prep work, have somebody make it. You don't see me trying to make matzo ball.
Look,
you never hear me brag about my matzo ball.
Before the FCC comes for us, Rick's hit our limit with the passion on the food. Look, Rick. I hate to stop you, man.
Know your role and know your dishes. I'm done with that.
Hey, for me, I'm gonna keep it real simple before we get out of here. Before Rick has the feds come for us. I don't know what it is. I really am not and I almost don't want to say this being in Texas and you knowing me and the whole world listening. I'm not a huge barbecue guy. I like how it tastes. I don't like to get my hands dirty. Judge me how you want. That being said, a nice, super sloppy brisket and barbecue baked potato. Oh, the sour cream and the bacon and the cheese and the chives and whatever else you can come up with. Y'all come to Houston, hit this little area we call MLK. They have a baked potato shack that puts all kinds of extra stuff in there, like crawfish etouffee. And man, look,
yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's mine. That's mine. So
we see y'all when y'all come down for the race to one, man. We're gonna take y'all. I'll show y'all a good time out here in Houston.
Absolutely. Rick, I appreciate you being in. Looking forward to you on this next call. We got another post up to run back, and it sounds like when these games are over today, me and the missus and the kids for food, we coming to your house.
Hey, the more the merrier, brothers. The more the merrier. I got my wine bottles ready to go. Y'all come on. It's going to be a good time now. Bring the sleeping bags because you're not driving back home tonight.
Stay tuned. Run DMV. H-Town Hoopers coming up next.
The Cimbro Superjet has arrived here in Houston. I'm B-Ron alongside my man Rick Blaze here for Game 2 of our triple header on Memorial Day. We got Run DMV taking on the H-Town Hoopers. And Blaze, how are you, my friend? It's good to be here in Houston with you, seeing your stomping grounds.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know, H-Town for life, baby. We in this thing. I just came, had me some Papa Do's. You know, it's a lot going on, man. But it's good to be here. We have a great game on tap today with Run DMV and H-Town.
We really do, and if it's gonna be anything like our first game, then oh boy, we're gonna have a double feature of treats here, man, for everybody today.
Well, I know one thing. The first game and this game is gonna have in common. There's gonna be one person out coaching the other for sure.
Hey, we'll see. We shall see. Coach Ray Fox has been on the hot seat. Coming into this game,
to put it nicely.
Yeah, put it nicely, right? Absolutely. And there goes Aaron Payne drawing the first foul of the game. That's on Nick Hugo for Run DMV.
And this is going to be an interesting matchup to me, Aaron Payne and Nick Hugo. Hugo is a pogo stick, and he is very explosive. Kind of reminds me like a Kenneth Fareed type player.
Yeah.
Not really big, but very explosive. And on the other end, you have Aaron Payne, who's more of a throwback type big, but he don't play that jump. Now, you come in there with him, you're going to pay the piper. Like, it's a no layup rule with Aaron Payne. He's probably one of those, he's one of the few bigs. Him, Derrick Long, there's a few guys that it's 0% chance you're going to get your shot up. Like, you're going to get mugged. Is it going to be a flagrant? We just got to figure out if it's a common foul or a flagrant foul. But it's going to be a foul, no doubt.
Yeah, look, just bring it. Yeah, look, just bring it. If you're coming in to Aaron Payne's house, where he lives in that paint,
it's
you're going to have to bring it.
It's the house of pain with Aaron Payne, for sure.
You're going to have to bring it, or else you're going to be in trouble. We'll see how much trouble he causes for Run DMV, as there is a 3-ball that rattles in from Vincent Magic.
Yeah, and this Houston team. This Houston, nah, you're right. That's Mr. Magic. This Houston team, I want to see which player is going to take the reins for them offensively today. They have a bunch of Keith and Carter, Vince Magic, Tyrell Thompson. You even have so you got a myriad of players. But I want to know which one player is going to say, "Hey, you know what, guys? Ride on me, ride the wave. Let's go." And I'm taking you guys to victory tonight.
All right, exactly. And there goes Keith and Carter. Keith and Shug Carter getting that one to go. 5-2. H-Town in the lead. What do you think for Run DMV is going to be the key to them having success in this game?
Pacing is one thing. You don't want to run up and down. Well, Run DMV can run, but I think they got to take advantage of this. Their biggest advantage, they got to take advantage of the size. They're not as big as far as a team as H-Town. Get those bigs away from the basket. They're going to have to stretch the floor to get those bigs away from the basket so that their guys can penetrate to the basket and squeeze the legs.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think they are going to have to run. They're going to have to get out in transition and run, but I think that they're also going to have to excel at shooting the 3-ball. That's what Coach Murray wants to do with this team. He wants the team to run in transition and shoot the 3-ball. If they can have success doing both of those things, I think they'll be in good shape here in this one.
Yeah, and the last component, which is probably maybe the most important, they're going to have to rebound as a team. You can't, this H-Town team will dominate you on the boards if you let them. All 4 people for Run DMV going to rebound at all times. Like it's just going to have to be one of those things. It's going to be a team rebounding game because they don't have the physical presence to stick with H-Town naturally.
Yeah, they'll have to figure that out too. As that one does not call great defense there though, but second chance for H-Town.
Second chance points.
Nope, not going there. Well, there's a block there from H-Town, and now they're gonna go back with the other way. Good defense here from H-Town to begin this one.
Yeah, they, that's H-Town. They, all the Texas teams, defense is their staple.
Yeah.
I don't know I think when you go to Texas, 2 things you can guarantee: a good slice of brisket and some defense. That's just what's gonna happen in Central.
Is there going to be defense from me getting the brisket as well?
Yeah, you get a fit on everything. You got to work to get your brisket. Oh, I can do magic.
Oh my goodness, Vincent Magic to the lane with ease on that one too. As there is a timeout for Run DMV. They're first. We are also going to take a quick break. Come right back for the last 4:46 of the first quarter here in Houston. Welcome back to Houston, everyone. H-Town in the lead 9-2 to begin the game. And Rick, we spoke about the defense earlier from H-Town and how they played so far. And we know it's Memorial Day, and we'll talk about some furniture here on the during our break here.
Yeah, man. Hey, every holiday things happen. Furniture time, springtime, going to the summertime. So in Houston, we have a very prominent guy in the Houston community. Anybody who's from Houston or in the Texas area know about Mattress Matt. Mattress Matt is it's the biggest gallery, biggest furniture seller place that I know of, and he does something really interesting. You guys may not know who Mattress Mac is, but you know what I'm about to talk about. Every year he challenges his customers to buy furniture, and if the Astros win the pennant, then your furniture is free.
Oh,
whatever you paid for. If the Astros win the pennant, your furniture is free. Now, if the Astros don't win the pennant, then you have to pay for your furniture. So he hedges this bet every year. He does it with the Astros. He's only done it with the Astros recently. Everybody else sucks. The Texans been sucking and the Rockets been sucking. But he hedges. He did it also with U of H in last year in the playoffs.
Okay. Oh,
what a dunk, by the way.
What?
So gallery furniture, Mattress Mac. His motto is he will save you money if the team wins.
I'm sure that might be something special here for these H-Town Hooper kids if they can continue to play well going into the latter half of the season into race to 1. Maybe there'll be something for them involved. Maybe. Drive inside, layup rattles around, but no good. That goes the other way is H-Town. Aaron Payne bringing it up the court himself this time.
Yeah, he do a lot of things, but he shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I don't think he's one I want to have bringing the ball up either. But looking to the screen
he must be watching your Yams the previous game and say, I can do that too. Payne, don't do that. You do that, brother. Down low.
There goes AP again doing this thing in the post. Getting the bucket to go.
Now put this up.
11-4. H-Town in the lead. There's a foul. That's the second one, though. Second foul on Aaron Payne. We don't talk about foul trouble as much as we used to. I think that's still a big thing, especially in a game like this when you have a dominant big like Aaron Payne. And if you're Nick Hugo, if you're any of these other bigs for Run DMV, your number one goal, in my opinion, is to go inside and try to get him in foul trouble. He's already got 2 in the first quarter already.
I agree. That's one way to isolate the big fella. He can't be helpful if he's not in the game. So great job by Nick Hugo, and great job. Maybe that was a strategy by Coach Murray coming into the game. Hey, let's go after the big fella so we can get him in trouble, get him sit down, which he's about to do. He's going to start the rest of this first quarter, which gives Run DMV an opportunity to get back in.
Yeah, he should. You would think that he'd be out for the rest of the quarter. I think that's going to happen. I think you're right on that point. We'll see how long he stays out, and we'll see if Run DMV can take advantage of that fact that now he's out of the game. We'll see how it goes.
And Houston has other bigs, but they're not like Mr. Payne.
Not as dominant as Aaron Payne is.
No.
And that's not a no. That's a great block.
Black court on Memorial Day. I like it.
And Hugo with it now. Takes it back out. Spreading the floor in DMV. Not a surprise there. You want to see that happen. There's a jumper rattling it in.
Good shot.
11-8. Yeah, great shot there. 11-8. H-Town small lead for them.
And right now the pace is in Run DMV's favor. It's kind of a slow half-court pace, which allows Run DMV to come out there, sets and screens. If they want to shoot the open three, they lead the lead.
Right, exactly.
In three-pointers, so they want to shoot the three in the half-court set. So this pace right now favors. Good move, good try.
Kamari and Bracken with the fancy adjustment in air for the layup. That's tough to do. Especially at this level too. And when you can do things like that, that just makes me think, you know, what are you going to be doing the next few years if you can adjust like that in the air right now?
Right. This is too much grass. This is too much grass cutting right there. That's way too much yo-yoing with the ball. Yeah, come off the peel, son.
Run DMV back with it. 3-point game. Would like to see a little bit more movement. They're doing a good job moving without the ball already. Run DMV is, but a little more to try to get these shooters a little more open looks. Because that's not a good one there. Fourth shot with the shot clock winding down. H-Town has the ball.
And for H-Town, you want to be able to take advantage yourself. They're getting some ball movement, but this goes to my point. Who's the guy for H-Town that's going to be the guy?
Oh, good hand in the face at the very last second. Enough to get a piece of the ball, too. And give it back here. Run DMV, Brandon Smith.
So if I'm H-Town, offensively, Tyrell Thompson has to be the guy.
I was going to say, yeah.
He's the guy.
He has to be one of them. He's the guy for you, what you're saying. 3-ball. Rattles in.
It's Run DMV basketball right there.
That's the captain, Trey Trust. Hitting that one to go. And tying the game here at 13 all. Under a minute left.
This Run DMV team has grown on me. There's not a single player listed currently in the top 50, but they play really good together. Now, a little small factoid. I think that's going to change with the new rankings with Nick Hugo showing off as he's been going late. But they just do it by committee. There's a couple of second chance shots that they missed, and they're riding a 4-game win streak right now. Their division is winnable. It is catchable. Again, if you're not Pacific Rim division, baby, you got a shot.
Yeah, with Gotham,
only murderous roll division is Pacific Rim. Everybody else, you got a shot.
Yeah, with Gotham seemingly falling apart at the seams here, which we can get back into it at the start of the second quarter. But that division is open. Run DMV to try to take advantage of, and first quarter ends with a missed bucket. We're all tied at 13. Second quarter coming up. Don't go anywhere. Come right back for it. Here's Houston. Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter of action here. Get ready to begin. Got a tie ball game here coming out of the first quarter in Blaze. What did you see for both teams in that first quarter that got us to this point, really?
I think it was a tale of with and without Aaron Payne.
Oh my goodness! Nick
below.
Hugo. Yeah, and Aaron Payne not in the game yet. And we just saw the effect of that there as Nick Hugo got the alley-oop in the half-court set to begin the second quarter. That's the way to start, I'll tell you.
Yeah, this Nick Hugo guy is bouncy. He's really bouncy. He has a really good motor. I like him a lot. He just go by his business and get it done. And I think even those days with those games where he doesn't have a big stat sheet, his impression on the game and on his team is felt every single game.
Right, exactly. Great job in the passing lane. Coming back there was Nick Hugo. Reacting to it, getting the ball, and they were trying to bring a double, looks like, but on DMV able to counter it. Ooh, good pass, but stepping on the line on the catch. That's tough.
Yeah, the young man had a size 11 shoe. He needed a 10.5 at that position.
Yeah. As Charles Pincard comes in.
Payne's back in the game. I guess they sound say enough is enough. We're gonna ride the big fella.
Hey, look, just like close up earlier, enough's enough. they were clearly inspired by you guys' total conversation earlier. Enough's enough. We gotta get Aaron Payne back in the game.
Enough is enough.
There's Brandon Smith with it. Pull up mid-range jumper. Air rattles in. 17-13. Run DMV stretching the lead out a little bit here, Blaze.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing really good right now. I don't want to get too beside myself.
Of course.
This team is first in the division for a reason, and they are the cardiac comeback kids, right? H-Town has a propensity of being down, and they make mountain astronomical comebacks in the fourth quarter that leads them, that catapults them to fantastic, victorious victories. So, if there's a team in Sinwar you don't want to ever count out, H-Town Hoopers.
H-Town. Yes, I agree with you 100% there. They have done some great things coming back from various deficits this season, and they may have to do it again here in this one. H-Town is doing a great job of making life hard to pass in that possession there from Run DMV. Every time they tried to pass the ball to somebody, they had to take an extra second to gather it, and that made it difficult on that possession.
Yeah. By the way, who's number 18 for Run DMV? That was an ugly shot. I mean, he shot that from his hip.
It's Brandon
Smith.
You're
a high school kid. You should be shooting shots from your hip, son.
That's Brandon Smith. He's made some big shots for Run DMV this season.
What, they all from his hip?
In the overtime.
What, they from his hip?
I guess so. Maybe that's a shooting form, man. I don't know. Look, maybe that can be worked on at the next level. They can get that shooting form looked at if they don't think it works for them. Or, it might just be a Sean Marion situation where, hey, if it works, I guess.
Yeah, maybe so. Sean Marion, Kevin Moore, and there's a few guys with some funky release points. But it works. It's like anything else. You practice anything long enough, even if it's bad, you'll get good at it.
Yeah. It might look ugly, but it's going to work for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a foul on Nick Hugo. And one! Vincent Magic getting the crowd energy up with that one. And his teammates up as well. As you see Murray there on the sideline. Nick Hugo. Going to take a seat on the bench. Don Hudgens is going to take over. Now there's some height on the floor between Hudgens and Duffin.
Yeah, they got a little height. What I do love about the Run DMV team is there's not a big drop off from talent to talent when they go to their bench. With most teams, you have the starters that are usually better, and then once you get to the bench, once you get to after the 6th or 7th guy, once you get to number 8, number 9, number 10, it's a huge drop off. For Run DMV, the drop off isn't as huge. I think that's what keeps them in because they can play as a team. Look at that shot.
Brandon Smith almost got that one to fall, man.
Funky release, my guy.
Hey, it certainly is funky, but as someone who also has a funky looking shot, I'm all for it, man.
Oh, yeah, well, I can't relate. Everything I do is pretty.
19-18. Run DMV in the lead. Another jumper from Smith. This one also doesn't go. But Hudgens on the glass, and there it goes. Using the glass to his advantage on that one. Banks open today.
Yes, it is. Even on Memorial Day.
Even on Memorial Day, and there's another Bigfoot situation there as we get a step on the line and the turnover. We're about to Run DMV.
Yeah, I can't give any excuses for H-Town. This is your home court. You should know where your lines are located at.
Right, exactly. You should know where your lines are. We've got Singleton coming in the game for Run DMV. One of the new players that's joined the team recently. There's Bracken. There it goes. Kumari and Bracken got space off of the nifty move there. And it was just enough, really, to get the 3-ball to rattle in. But Magic looking to answer. He does, but there is
It's a foul away from the play. With Thompson to the back. The bucket is still good. Just a foul on Tyrell Thompson away from the play.
Okay. I thought it looked a little weird when it happened, but yeah, they are going to keep the points there. Tyrell Thompson, though, getting the foul called on him.
He needs the ball on offensive end. That's probably why he's fouling. He's frustrated.
Yeah, there's a lob. Whoa! One-handed jam off the alley-oop. Malik Doffer went up and got that thing.
Is Run DMV maybe the best alley-oop passing team in Similar?
It's
like
them.
Their passes are pretty flawless. Either them or they got the best jumpers. I don't know, but their passes are pretty flawless in alley-oop.
Between alley-oop teams, it's between them and the Heartland.
Yeah.
Carter Fields, man. Carter Fields and Renzo Bryant, those kids can go up and get those alley-oops. There's another miss though. From
if you Run DMV, just keep putting on the points, baby. Again, no lead is safe with this H-Town team.
Yeah, and you got to keep the pressure on too. That's Martin Genov, the European who came over to the States to play for H-Town in the offseason. Now they made the move over here. The 1-point DMV lead. Bracken has it back in his hands again. He's going to drive, take the shot on the layup, and it falls.
That's a good lay.
Tough too, though, because he had to go in between two defenders to even get to where we could even begin to take that.
Right, exactly. There, Run DMV mix it up a little bit, going a little inside, a little outside. I think they noticed whenever number 22 is not in the paint, go to the lane.
Yeah.
If he's in the paint, shoot the jumper.
Right, exactly. And H-Town couldn't get that jumper to go. Ticking down to 1:20 left here in the second quarter. First half almost done. Bracken gonna go inside again, and this time throwing it down with one hand, tomahawk style. They are attacking the paint relentlessly without Aaron Payne in there. And yeah, it's working effectively. Magic in the corner with it. Genov gonna take a three. No, but rebound.
With the one hand.
Not able to get it though on the second chance. They gotta capitalize on those when they get those. Duffin has it. That's inside to Hudgens. Hudgens gotta go up quickly with it. He's gonna have to. There it is. Doesn't get it to go, but second chance to Run DMV. I think that was playing all along. You got the shorter defender on you. May as well take the shot. If you miss, just go over, just reach your arm over and grab the rebound. Bracken three. That was a deep three. What?
It was on target though. It was just short. It was definitely on target.
Last 10 seconds of the half. Genov looking to try to get past, but gives it up inside to Aaron Payne. Can't get it to go, and that's gonna be the half.
That's a good first half for Run DMV.
Great first half for Run DMV, leading by 5, 30-25, heading into the locker room. And for H-Town, Rick, what do you think is going to be a change that to make coming out of it to get back in this one? They're only down 5, obviously, so not big change, I'd imagine, but what do you think has to happen for them?
I think they need to switch up their defense. I know that sounds weird, but you got to play matchups. The coach for Run DMV decided he's gonna move this big fella and pull him out away from the basket, which pulls out Payne away from the basket because Payne is playing a man defense. So if you're H-Town, when that happens, you might need to drop into a zone. That way you can keep your big in the lane so that he can stop all that riffraff happening in the paint. Murray's playing a game. This is Murray. This is his punch as the coach. Well, you don't know. As the coach for H-Town, you're supposed to counter that punch with a different strategy. And your different strategy will be, I'm not leaving the paint with my big. You're going to have to just make it play.
Yep, we'll see what changes are made. Second half coming up. Come right back for it here in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. Third quarter action set to begin. And again, we're going to have games coming tomorrow as well. First game is a Gotham 5 versus a Lone Star. That's going to be a fantastic game, Rick.
Of course. And, you know, a lot of people talking about Gotham 5 falling off, and that may be true. But like I said, I've said this in the Discord before. I will say it again. Why imagine I shoot that ball?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I will say it again. The pressure for Gotham 5 to win immediately vanished for me as soon as Coach Bellardi stepped in. I was riding with Gotham 5 because of Coach Bellardi. I believed in Gotham 5 to make some noise because of Coach Bellardi. Which brings me to my point. Coaches, really good coaches, are pivotal to these kids' success, both on and off the court.
Absolutely.
You know, so Coach Bellardi, he was enough to raise and elevate that team to me. So now that he's not there, I'm not saying they're good, they're bad, or indifferent. I just watch them play, and I just accept whatever happens, because to me there's no more pressure on them to win.
Right,
and that's just me.
Whatever.
That's just me. Yeah.
And see, and I would disagree with you. I would say that the pressure is there more now that he's not there, because we know what that team's potential is. I think the pressure is still there. It should still be there, and the pressure on that three-pointer, as John Hudgens got that one to go. He is so versatile.
He does everything, doesn't he? You need somebody to play big? He got it. You need somebody to rebound? I got it. You need somebody to shoot the three? Oh, I got it. I mean, he does a little bit of everything for you.
Yeah. Drives a team nuts. Gives him fits when you have to try to game plan for a kid of his size who can do a little bit of everything and do it well. And there's a three from H-Town. There's a response.
Wait, was that Tyrell Thompson with the three?
Yeah, it sure was Tyrell Thompson. We're getting all surprises here beginning of third quarter, Rick.
Happy Memorial Day to everybody.
I'll check the numbers for you on that Thompson three ball. I don't think he shoots many of those. But there's one from Run DMV as well. They get one back.
We're in dangerous territory. H-Town cannot go 3 for 3 with this Run DMV team. This is what they want you to do. This is what they feed off of. You cannot go nick for neck with them on that, my brother.
No. That was only Thompson's second three of the season.
Yeah.
Put that in perspective.
Yeah. Well, see, I think Thompson looks, like I said earlier in the first half, he needs to, the offense ran through him right now, and I guess he's taking it upon himself to do it himself since they won't give him the ball.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hudgens made his 11th earlier, so he's made more. But again, not either of their games is really. But H-Town timeout leads up to 10, quietly for Run DMV.
Yeah, and you know, with all the hoopla with Houston's coach right now, I don't know. I wonder, is he game plan or he's just sitting in his seat just sucking up air?
Right. Is he engaged or is he not? Speaking of being engaged, though, if you have the game, come be a player. You got the brains. Come be a coach in Simba Hoop. We are looking for both of those. Really, though, looking for coach at the moment. If you think you can do a better job than Coach Ray Fox or Myron Murray, come and join and prove them and the media here in Sim World who's wrong and or right, depending on how it goes. We're going to talk about you here regardless, so come on and be a part of the experience here, the player and our coach. Discord.gg/SimWorldNBA for all the information and all that fun stuff over there. A couple of seconds left here on this timeout here, Rick. This game is, I don't have a word for it to how I think it's going to go the rest of the way. Besides interesting, because that's the word that gets thrown around a lot. Because that's true, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah,
Help me out here.
Again, I think it's gonna be an interesting game again because with this H-Town team, you just never can count them out. I'm at this point, I'm almost like it's like I have a meter to see how many points can they get down by and come back from.
Right, a magic number.
They've been down double-digit points in the second half plenty of times. They came back and won the game. So This is not even we don't get the panic mode with H-Town until they down 30.
And even then, it's not safe because
there was a game
with South America earlier. I think they came back from 30 plus.
Yeah. So even then, you're like, I guess it's gonna be an uphill climb.
Exactly.
But you never say, "Oh, we're out of it." No one's ever leaving the stands early.
Yeah, especially not here. This is a great atmosphere for basketball for these kids to play in. The Texas arenas are definitely some of the best.
Yeah. People put them up. These Republicans out here got their bread, baby.
There is a lot of money out here.
These Republicans got their bread, and they don't mind spending. Look at that hip shot. Hip shot for three.
Brandon Smith getting that one to go. It's a 3-ball for them. Making it a 13-point game. The Run DMV now extending the lead, putting their stamp on the game perhaps. Like you said, we didn't want it to become a 3-point shootout. And right now, H-Town is struggling, limiting to one shot on their last couple of possessions as well. That's going to make it that much more difficult, especially if they hit threes. Hudgens, another one. That would
have been the timeout three right there if we made that one. Yeah, and every shot H-Town is shooting right now is a highly contested shot. They're not getting it easy. That's an easy look right there.
That's an easier look from Genoff.
Yeah, you can make something happen.
Oh, there it goes. 10-point game again. Genoff has been a great response player, if you will, for H-Town in this one. Whenever they need a 3, it seems like Genoff's been the kid to go to. Brandon Smith went inside with it, backs it out. 3-ball rattles in again. That's a 2, only a 2. Put on the line instead of a 2-pointer, but big shot all the same.
In Trey, we trust.
Absolutely. Team captain for Run DMV. Always love to see the captain come on, and Martin Genoff put his man on skates for a second there.
Genoff must think he got a sucker in Brandon Smith because he refuses to pass every time Brandon Smith is guarding him. He's like, "Oh, I got me one, Coach Clear Out." He called a clear out every time you see Brandon Smith. He must know something I don't. He's called a clear out every play.
He must, because Smith, from what I've seen of him this season, he's a really reliable defender for Run DMV. Genoff at the line for 2 shots, though. First one up. Good. Some subs here for both teams. Hudgens is going to stay on the floor. Brandon Smith coming in. Rocco, the third, coming in as well. Also see Cam Jones check in for H-Town. Cam Jones is one of those kids he is not undervalued, but the potential is there for him. I like what I see from Cam Jones.
Yeah, and he's happens to be on a team that's loaded at the guard position, so it's probably why he doesn't get any starters minutes. But he's a microwave. He can heat up on you really, really, really quick. And that's why he's coming to the game now, hoping they can provide that spark that H-Town needs offensively.
That's a great layup there from Kamari and Bracken there on the inside. The other thing too about Jones is, he is one of those players who, despite not getting enough playing time, you don't hear about him at all. You don't hear about him playing all playing time or anything like that. He knows what his role is. He's happy to fill the role that his team needs for him right now, and he understands that he's going to get his shine when he gets it.
H-Town defense is atrocious right now. Can we just pause for the cause? There was no one within 3 feet of that guy who took in the last 2 jumpers. So I don't know what H-Town is doing defensively. Whatever they're doing is not working. And Genov has a vendetta against Run DMV. Is he from? Can you look at the? Is he from the DMV area?
He is not.
He is acting like he just got to have it.
No, he played for Central Europe last season.
Okay.
He's an international player coming over.
I'm gonna ask Coach Murray, did he recruit Genov or something? Because he acting like it's personal. I really do think he's like it's personal right now.
Trying to do a little too much there. Bracken, floater alert, it goes. Kamari and Bracken have a game, kid.
Yeah, he's pulling out all the moves tonight. He's showing the whole repertoire tonight.
And, we're seeing what we didn't think we would see. This lead has ballooned out, and H-Town is looking like they are not in good state at all.
I can't. Usually I'll agree with you, but I can't. It's H-Town.
I understand.
That's not coming from a homer play. That's coming from they come back from a lot of points place a lot of times.
Right. Yeah. So, no. Exactly.
Yeah. This is not because I'm from Houston. It's because they come back.
Oh, I agree. I'm
down
right there
behind
with you.
A lot more than any other team in Sinwar and win. So again, if I'm running DMV, baby, just put your foot on the gas and keep scoring points. Please never stop.
Exactly. Like my dad said. Great move inside. Great move inside. Garrett Ari on the last touch from H-Town scored, and this one here makes it 10 points, but Bracken, another one. That's his 3rd time in a row getting down there and getting the inside bucket, the floater and the 2 layups back to back.
My man doing right-hand layups, he doing left-hand layups, he doing flotation devices. He's showing the whole move set, the whole move list tonight.
But Genov gets a 2.
Personal.
2. That was a 2, put on the line.
It's personal.
He's got something. Yeah, look, at this point, I guess it's got to be. Bracken, this time, no good, but that's his first miss in the last 4 attempts.
Look, as bad as H-Town's been playing, they can cut this lead down to single digits with a possession. You see what I'm saying? They're never really out of it. If Genov stop playing 1-on-5 basketball, maybe they'll have a shot. Coach, get him out the game.
We'll find out what changes are made for the 4th quarter. Run DMV leads by 10, 53-43. Come back for the finish here in Houston. Final 8 minutes here of the game. You know what that means? It's fourth quarter time. Put those fours up, everybody. 10-point game here. Run DMV in the lead. We'll see if H-Town can get back into it. They're not down. Again, they're not down much. Still manageable deficit for them.
Let's pause for the cause for station identification with the Loonies 5 on in the background. I dig it. I definitely dig it. Starting the fourth quarter.
They know what they're doing out here. Three-pointer, not good. Not a good possession there from H-Town either. Not a lot of ball movement. Just kind of standing around on that one. Not what you want to see.
Yeah.
And there's a foul on Cam Jones. What kind of adjustments does Coach Fox have to make for H-Town in this quarter, Rick? Besides, you know, anything.
I don't know. I'll just say this. I don't know when, at what time, place, and channel Coach Fox decided to do Coach Fox things, but this team has been winning. So I'm just gonna say, just continue to do whatever you have or have not been doing this whole time, I guess.
The problem though is that, you know, we heard reports of Aaron Payne talking about how coach isn't communicative a few weeks ago and things like that. That takes a toll on a team, especially in a game like this where you're in a manageable. The lead that you're down by is manageable. You can get back in this game easily. But if you're a coach and you want to be a coach here in Cimbro Hoops, you have to be communicative and you have to want to take it. You have to take an interest in these kids in their careers. But as much as it's about you, it's about getting these kids to the next level.
Absolutely.
And you have to play a part of that.
And to double down on what B-Run is saying, I think it's also important, coaches, to let these players know what their role is coming into your team. Be decisive with that. And if you're trying some things out and you want to give some other guys a shot, let them communicate that with the players. Do you have to? No, you're the coach. But it just makes for a very good team atmosphere when everybody's on the same page. That way people don't get offended, egos don't get smashed and bruised, and you don't have people just making a bad look for the squad. Tyrell Thompson with the N1, he should get the ball more in this fourth.
Yeah, he definitely should get the ball more in the fourth quarter. I definitely agree with you there. If they can get both him, maybe even start to focus more inside, because we know that Run DMV, besides a couple of players, don't have a lot of size. Maybe you take advantage of that and you beat them down low like that.
Yeah, and Tyrell Thompson can do a little bit of everything. As he's shown, he can go inside. He got a little mid-range game. It's kind of like a more athletic Derek Favors. In my opinion.
Favors, yeah, okay. Like that one. That's a blaster pass. 57-48, Run DMV here. Still has the lead, but H-Town trying to cut into it. Good defense here, though, from H-Town. Forcing a tough shot.
That's tough.
Wow.
Oh, man, it's a tough leaner off the glass for two.
Yeah, that is but I think that's also been a part of what's made Run DMV so good in this game too, is they've made a lot of those tough shots as well. When H-Town has played good defense, it hasn't mattered. They made tough shots, step back three. Nope, that's short.
I agree, B-Run. That may end up being a difference to this game. The fact that when H-Town is ratcheting up the defense, Run DMV is still putting up tough shots that make it.
Yeah, and you're gonna have those games where those shots are falling and it makes a difference. And it depends on when they come to and if they continue to stay in that way. Great defense from Picard, but there's a tough basket.
All right, 9-point game. Here we go.
That was Keith and Carter. Yep, leads down to 9. Still plenty of time left in this one. 5:20 to go in the game.
If you Run DMV, don't stop. Don't stop putting up points, Run DMV. Please don't. This is not the time. This is the next time make their run. I'm telling you now.
Exactly. You have to keep your foot on the gas. If you Run DMV, keep playing your game. There's a drive and a jam.
Oh, he played him like a funky piano on that one, Daddy.
That was sensation.
You know, Keith and Carter's not the most efficient scorer, but when he scores, he sure makes it count. Damn.
But Picard answers right back with a bucket of his own, a big-time 3 from him. He's come a long way, Run DMV this season, and he knows what his role is too. Very happy to play it. Great defense there.
So we just saw in those last two possessions the good kid in the corner and the not so good kid in the corner. The good kid in the corner makes those plays. The not so good kid in the corner come down and just jacks it up when the man is well defended.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know, gotta take those. Pinkard does not get it to go that time. Contested shot, though, to be fair to him. It's a 10-point game. 10-point game again for DMV.
Good pass. Oh,
Great pass and a poster from Aaron Payne. Poster jam. That was a great move, too, with the step back to draw the defender in as well. Once he saw it, kick inside the Payne for the easy two-handed jam. Pinkard now gives it back out. Owen driving inside, and there's another bucket. You know, on that one, Rick, you saw Payne rotated over a little bit late. He wasn't in position in time.
That wasn't on him.
No, it wasn't on him.
Cam Jones, his feet was in quicksand. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
And that on that possession, 21 didn't do nothing for me.
No, you're right. But I'm saying we talked about earlier about getting Aaron Payne out of the way.
Yes.
That's one of those times where Payne was out of the way.
Oh!
And he couldn't get there quick enough.
That's Pinkard's spot.
Yep, Pinkard
that
again.
little right elbow shot three, that's his spot. You want to run him off that spot because he's unconscious from there.
Yeah, he's hit a few from there in this one.
If you check his heat map, it's red hot from that spot right there.
He's looked very good today. Shooting from there. Aaron Payne inside to him. Decides to pass it back out in a tough shot that goes in anyway. But, wow. I feel like that was one where he just kind of threw it up and, you know.
Wow.
Whole team's going, no. Okay, all right. You went in. Okay, fine.
Kids who are watching, do not try that shot at home.
Don't make it a habit.
That is not a good shot.
I'm sure. Look, don't practice that one. You know what I mean?
No.
A deep three of their own with the shot winding down. Does not fall though. 2:05.
If H-Time got to make a run, it has to be now. It's 2 minutes left.
I was just gonna say, yep.
You got to pitch a shutout defensively, and you got to get some points.
Nope, gotta play good defense here. Bad matchup. Payne makes him pay for it.
And you got to pitch a shutout. You got to pitch a shutout defensively, big time.
Yeah, you gotta play perfect defense down the stretch
Pinker's at
here.
the spot. That's the hip check.
What?
He hit with the hip check.
Smith.
That was a hip check.
Brandon Smith, he knew it was good as soon as he let it go.
As soon as he let it go off his hip, he knew it was good.
I think that's what Siege would call Irish spring green. And Run DMV's at 70 points. That's past 69. First to 69 is Run DMV. If that holds. You ready to call Katie?
No, I can't call Katie with this Houston team. You know, I don't mind letting Katie know when she become like.
I know it, man.
With this H-Town team, it'll be silly to do so.
I understand that. We are now at the final minute here of this one. Payne inside again. Decides to pass it out. Not attacking Hugo.
Count it.
Shot clock winding down. Fade away from Payne.
Come lock the door, baby.
Ball.
Come lock this door. Anytime Payne passing up dunks, pass it out. It's time to lock the door.
Brandon Smith gets it ripped away from him at the very last moment.
It's a little too late to do the right thing now.
Payne going the other way. Does not get it to go.
Now he's a jump shot shooter. Katie, come lock us in, baby. We ready. We ready to go night-night.
We can put this one away. As Run DMV ran away with this one here at the end, Blaze. It's their 5th in a row. That's a great block there. Last couple seconds here taken away.
Shout out to Run DMV. Shout out to Coach Murray. They came in with a solid game plan, and they kind of ran this whole thing from start to finish. Shout out to Run DMV. Great win today.
5 in a row for Run DMV. 70-58. They get the win. We're gonna have one more game, one more post-up coming up. Stay tuned for both of those things. It's a brothers matchup coming up between Cascadia and Bay Area Breakers. That's going to be a good one. Me and Eli will be on the call for that one. And until then, you guys, see the game, be the game.
Damn it. I am. And the money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Oh, technical difficulties. My goodness. Technical difficulties. All right. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Rick, you heard everything I said. Do I need to tell the
I heard
people
everything.
again?
Wait. They didn't hear everything you said?
No.
Oh.
Production
So,
let me know
So
no one can hear
it
me.
looked like I was just talking to myself?
Well, you know how that goes. That happens sometimes anyway, Rick. Look,
Interesting.
ultimately, all I was saying, guys, and I thank you, production team, for getting that cleaned up for us. Run DMV came into H-Town. Struggling H-Town team. Run DMV team that's riding high. Coach Murray with some coaching implications. Coach Fox with some coaching implications. H-Town's been struggling, H-Town's been winning, but so has Run DMV. But Run DMV had a convincing wire-to-wire win. Just in general thought, what do you make of how this game played out without getting into the specifics just yet?
I like the game plan Run DMV had coming into it. I think that was the difference. I think Coach Murray is figuring out or has figured out how his team best plays. And they just came out with a good game plan. And they hung with H-Town on the rebounding, which is something that listen, Run DMV is 30th in rebounding, which means they're going to get outboarded, and it's usually by a lopsided number. But today, it was different. So, again, the game plan, shout out to Coach Murray with the good game plan, and I think that was the biggest difference between the win today against H-Town.
Gotcha. And then outside of, what you just mentioned, what does this mean for both coaches and their legacy, for so far this year?
I think for Coach Murray, it just means that, he gets to point the finger at everybody who's writing him off early, and he gets to laugh back at him. He's probably not, but, because he's better than me, I would. But I think just Coach Murray's just been solid. He's been solid every campaign, every game, and he just trusts the process. And as far as H-Town and Coach Fox, they look like the stock is down a little bit on them. And the seat couldn't have been more hotter on Coach Fox than what it is now. And not necessarily because you win or lose, but it's how you win or lose and how the players respond. And so far, their body language on and off the court is not positive when it relates to Coach Fox.
You know what I saw? Here's what I saw in this game. I saw players saying, I got to do whatever I got to do to try and pull out a win. I didn't see a game plan. I didn't really see a team that looked like they had a structured direction or some guidance on how to pull this out. That's why you see a Martin Genoff, who didn't play bad, but there were some questionable shots he took. 6'4" is not bad, but some of those shots, it was like, just what exactly is going on? Terrell Thompson, who has been a beast recently, and he's definitely looked like he was kind of taking the leadership role in this team, only 11 shot attempts, and we didn't see him. A lot of those happening like late in the fourth quarter. Keith Carter, he's going to take some good shots. He's going to take some bad ones. We saw that there, and it looked like Vincent Magic probably had a matchup advantage there, and we didn't get to see them take advantage. I don't know. For me, this is the hometown team, right? We're supposed to remain unbiased, but I just would like to see this team have more direction after we saw all the coaching changes they went through last season, throughout the off season, and now they actually have talent. And what do they have? Three, four guys on here ranked in the top 100?
Yeah. And you know what? I blame the city of Houston.
Oh, man.
Follow me here.
Oh, man.
It's too much. See, we get these country bunking coaches from these small town living, and they come to this city life in Houston, and it's just too much for them to overcome.
Are they at the strip
Ask
club?
James Harden. It's way too much. You got Sunday Fun Day. Have you ever been to Houston Sunday Fun Day? If you've never been, It'll blow your mind. There's women galore, and I can't say what I want to say because the FCC have already called. I'm at my limits on what I can say right now. But just believe me when I say, that's all I got to say about that. So you got that. You got the nightlife. You got the city life. You got the cost of living. It's a lot. It's really a lot. And these country bumpkin coaches are coming in, and they never had no more than one pair of shoes at a time in their life. And they get out here in this big city, and it becomes too much. And the system overload, and they start seeing the game, being the game outside the game.
Rick's
they start seeing a whole nother game. And they lose focus of the game.
Rick's out here offending everybody. Which words, the coaches from where you're talking about, or the women from San Antonio?
It's a tie. It's just like Compton.
Oh man! All right. Well, look, I think we've spent more time on H-Town than Coach did prepping them for this game. So I'm gonna fall back on this. Man, look, we're gonna move away from that one. Look here, another one of yours, man. I appreciate you coming through. Who you got?
Hey,
Hey, hold up. Before you get going, because you just reminded me, Maestro, my man always tries to get you when you're not on the broadcast. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Maestro impersonation on. Hey, here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Got you, Maestro. We miss you, man. All right, Rick, who you got?
Game 7 tonight.
Game 7 tonight.
NBA playoffs? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, no. This was your topic, my man. I think we're talking about this next upcoming game.
The next upcoming game. We got the Pope brothers. Pope versus Pope. Battle of the Pope.
Who's at home?
Who the best Pope?
Who's at
Little
home?
brother versus the big brother. Who the best? Now, here's the thing.
Who's home? Who's home?
If I talk about talent, if I'm talking about talent and team, I got to go with Bay Area. But I've noticed something. Stick with me now. Here's my conspiracy theory for a moment. I've noticed something. Every time, not every time, a lot of the times when Showtime wins, Bay Area wins. And then when Showtime loses, usually there's a loss from Bay Area coming as well. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to go with that theory.
What are you saying?
I'm saying Bay Area loses tonight to Cascadia. That's what I'm saying.
Based on what?
Based on theory of teams of losing and not losing before and after the other team loses and not lose.
All right, Rick, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go on record. I think you've had a lot of credibility with people. I think that you've had a lot of credibility on your synopsis, your predictions.
It all sounds crazy. Like I told Mars,
happened here?
It all sounds crazy until I'm correct.
Oh,
Everything sounds bananas until I'm right.
So you're saying they're watching Showtime games and they're wanting to one up them, or you're saying the law of the universe?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the way it's been played out. Whenever there's a Showtime and Bay Area game together on the same day, whatever one team does, the other team has done. A lot of the time, not every time, a lot of the times. Percentage-wise, it happens that way. Go back and check the receipts. So I'm just going with what's been happening. The data has told me that there's a higher chance than normal that Bay Area loses today, and I'm gonna go with data, and I'm gonna say Bay Area loses today.
All right. Well, I thought we would get into a more analytic approach to this, but we're not, and I'm not going to either. So we're gonna keep it moving. We'll leave it at that. You got it. Rick says that. Who you got again? Look, I got the other
Pope. I got the other Pope in Cascadia with the upset victory today.
Coach Pope. All right. Well, look, let's go on.
One thing's for sure: a Pope will win today.
Wins?
I guarantee it.
Oh man, you right about that. Well, look here. We got another topic we want to run through here. Another who you got, if you will. We got Game 7, NBA Finals implications on the line. It's a good day, man. We get to celebrate this great country win. We got some World Hoops going on. Hopefully, everybody's getting some family time and some good food, and then we can cap the night off with some NBA basketball. Tonight, who you got?
Boston. I got Beantown. I think everything's rolling. First of all, if you're Miami, you let them win 3 straight. You didn't let them. They took 3 straight games from you. The last one they shouldn't even have. Bruh, can you imagine the type of feeling that feels to lose a game with 2 seconds left like that?
After you fought back? After
By
you
a guy,
strategically fought back?
By a guy who looks like that.
It's
When I saw
like
him on the post-game interview, I said, "You got to be kidding me."
Rick, every time Derek White,
this the guy killing y'all.
every time Derek White's on the court, it looks like his wig's about to come off.
Exactly. You see, he put a headband on now. He used to didn't wear one. Now he has a headband and try to keep it in place.
Hey, you're gonna say all of that, but that was a very headsy play that he made. Look, man, he's a very look. Jokes aside, I love his game. He's a smart player. He does whatever needs to be done, and that was proof in the pudding. There, he came off that. Now that's just basketball 1-on-1 on that 1-0-1 on that last play. He inbounded the ball. Stan Van Gundy called it out when it happened. Like, yo, you need to watch the inbounder. He floated out to the 3-point line. Nobody was there with him, but he still didn't get that shot. And then they did not box out, so he didn't get the 3-pointer. He went straight to the glass. Oh, it was beautiful. I cried.
It felt right. He did too. He did too. Doing the pregame, doing the postgame. He cried too. So, yeah. So I got Boston. I think those types of plays changes your entire series.
Yeah.
And plus, I want Boston to win because I think it's going to be a better finals matchup. I think I said it earlier in the Discord. Miami gets dog walked if they play the Nuggets in the finals. It's in 4. It's either 4 or a gentleman's sweep easily if they have to play Miami. I think if they play the Celtics, we're talking about a 6-7 game series.
Yeah, my heart is with Miami, but like I said at the end of Game 3, I was very concerned, and I can't. I believe my money would have to be on Boston if I was going to put some money up.
That's smart money. My money is.
Yeah.
Shout out really quick to everybody who's been checking out. I'm gonna throw some names out there. Of course, Jalen always on. B-Run, Trey Hyman, Coach Murray. Good job, Coach Murray, to win. Coach Drayton, Pinker. Who else checked in? Ronnie checked in. Arthur checked in. AJ Frost. I'm gonna run out of names in a minute. Coach Pope. Bellardi checked in. Hey, shout out to and everybody else whose name I didn't mention. Hey, appreciate y'all checking in, man. Not to the games, but to the post up. And we're gonna have a really good game to end this evening for sure. A Pope is gonna win. I can guarantee that.
All bragging rights are gonna look. Hey, all of that. I do want to say all of that. What do we say? Camaraderie or all the good sportsmanship that we ask y'all have. Within Discord and the chat, the post game interviews. Coach Dre Pope, Coach Isaiah Pope. After this game, none of that. I want y'all talking all the cash money,
all the
trash
cash money your heart desire,
all of it, and some. We'll take the limits off. If you get asked a question and you have more to say, go for it. I think this is that time. Sibling rivalry at its finest. So
the podium is yours, fellas.
Rick, appreciate you being here, man. I know we're holding you from some food and drink.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I know you'll be tuned in for this last game before you really get it in. Appreciate everybody joining these broadcasts with us all the time, being a part of SimWorld See the Game, Be the Game. We got so much more to come, and we got another good game coming for you in just a moment. Stick with us. We probably got about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's the Battle of the Brothers on Memorial Day. Till next time, peace.
to make it 2-possession game, and they will.
Definitely gonna have to look elsewhere.
Oh!
Happy Memorial Day, Sim World. We have the final in our triple header today, ending things out on the West Coast. Bay Area Breakers hosting a team from up north, Cascadia. Bay Area Breakers 11-5 on the season. Cascadia fighting to get back to 500. They're at 8-9, but both squads have won 2 in a row, looking to keep the momentum going. We have Elava working behind the mic with B-Ron, wrapping things up here on this Memorial Day. B-Ron, you've seen 2 good games so far. I hope this third one matches the level of the previous 2.
I believe it will, E. We have a battle of the brothers here in this one. Gray and Isaiah Pope, coaches for Cascadia and Bay Area Breakers. There's a lot of energy in this arena right now. And boy, oh boy, I am so excited to see how this one goes.
Isaiah versus Dre at the coaching battle, and then it's a battle of the big men down low as well. Dre Hyman and Arthur Lattimore, 2 skilled young bigs setting to get things going here. And there you see Hyman in the paint, D'ing up right now for Bay Area, wearing their home white. Oh, but it's Cascadia gets on the board first. A 3. Jetson Holiday the third.
Jetson Holiday, that's the kid I want to see more of. I really like him for this Cascadia team. Hope that we see more of him throughout the rest of the season.
Royce Anderson can't get that shot to go. Oh, but look at that block. Sean Hyman, Trey's brother, getting into the action. But on this end, Royce Anderson still can't connect. And Bay Area starting off this game a little bit cold. There's Arthur Lattimore going to work. Cascadia getting down underneath the spin and the lay-in.
That was pretty, man.
Hard to believe Arthur Lattimore, only 16 years old, the 6'9", 225-pounder out of Cypress, Texas, averaging more than 17 points a game this season.
Yeah, he has come on and made an immediate impact for Cascadia. Another 3-ball.
It took Royce Anderson a few attempts, but he finally gets one to splash.
I'll be really, really key to see how the Breakers handle this game, because I think that Cascadia. Well, it's an interesting matchup because they have Arthur Lattimore as their main scorer. But they also have a few other kids who can score and do things in their own way. Montel Keith comes to mind with a few new players as well. Tyshawn McGrady has burst onto the scene for them as well. Cole Amron. They have a few other players who can do things and get things done in their own way. So I think this is going to be a really fun back and forth game. Again, because the brothers want to show each other who's better coaches between the two of them. It's a lot of adjustments made, and it's going to be fun.
Two sets of brothers actually in this game. You have the Popes coaching, and for Bay Area, Trey Hyman, joined by Sean Hyman, Trey 6'10", and Sean 6'7". Starting in the front court for the Breakers. And there is big Trey Hyman with the ball right now. He's got Lattimore defending him. Gives it up. Three on the way, and it's good. Adonis Knight.
Another newcomer to this Bay Area Breakers squad, and he's getting the start today. One thing I like about both these coaches is, from what I understand, they are both very active and involved with their players. Whenever they make a change to their lineups, they're both very good about communicating it to their players and getting everyone on the same page, and everyone know what their role is, why they're doing what they're doing, that kind of stuff. That in my opinion, it endears you to that coach.
Adonis Knight endearing himself to Coach Dre Pope. He's got a couple of buckets. Adonis, 6'5", 16-year-old out of San Francisco. Averaging 6.8 per game in limited action. Clock running down there, and Montel Cage. Point guard transfer from LA Stars, what is now Showtime basketball. Royce Anderson once again takes a shot. It's not been a good shooting night so far for Royce. 17-year-old out of Orlando.
Wow.
Both teams struggling a little bit with their shots so far, B-Run.
I don't know why. I thought Lattimore was going to try for a self alley-oop, but instead he passed it out. I thought that's where it was going at first. It was on the backboard.
Ooh, nice drive and bucket there from Caden Ship. 6'4" out of Fresno. 2.7 points a game to go with 2.4 assists.
Both of these teams play similar styles too. So, when you have a game like this where it's similar styles, I think it's going to come down to, oh, wait a sec. My goodness. Jason.
Well, that was Jason Tada. That's the other former LA Star.
Yeah.
Left the bright lights of Showtime to come up to the Pacific Northwest as Sean Hyman claws a bucket back there. But Jason Tada, 6'7", almost up to 200 pounds now, and averaging better than 14 points a game. Some people question he left Showtime, but a chance to show his skills there. Oh, Colt Amron. Couple chances, that was Tyshawn McGrady.
Yeah, you talked about Tada earlier and the decisions they made to leave Showtime when Bronny and Brett showed up. I think that is one of those things where that is a quote-unquote business decision, where you understand. Look, the James kids are here. They're going to change the environment. They're going to get a lot of the looks and that kind of stuff, and I need to look out for myself and how my game can benefit or not from being on the same team as them. He said, it's not going to work for me, and decided to go elsewhere. I don't think that is a bad decision. I think it's how you do it. How you do it is what matters.
Royce Anderson gets another 3 to go there. He's hit 2, and Bay Area Breakers have a 7-point advantage. 2 minutes to go first quarter. Timeout on the floor, and we're going to take a timeout as well. Come right back to the Bay Bridge Athletic Club, Cascadia, and the Breakers.
Around my waist, just gotta get a taste, but wait. All I know is that I came to party all night. I know about you, but best believe when we leave that it gives you a with the whole crew. All I know is that I came to party all night. I know about you, but best believe when we leave that it gives you with the whole crew. This flirty gal from the dirty south, her body was banging out of control. She was 5'5", and green eyes. Everybody in the club was like, whoa. It must have been the ice on my wrist and twisting my head. Because this pretty young miss walked over and said, soon as I finish this, Chris, I wanna go to your red room and have a little fun in your bed. I hate to let you down, but I got all of my niggas around, and I don't wanna leave yet, but there's something about your sexy style. So just wait a while, and then you can bet that I will sex you. I really don't mean to disrespect you, but all I can picture is your legs around my waist. Just gotta get a taste, but wait, 'cause all I know is that I came to party all night. I don't know about you, I don't know about you. Just believe when we leave, that it believe when we leave with the whole. All I know is that I came to party all night. I don't know about you, I don't know about you. Just believe when we leave, that it believe when we leave with the whole crew. I feel just like a kid in a candy store. So many ladies in there working the floor. What do I do? How can I pick? How can I choose? My head is tight, I'm about to make my move. So I creep up behind her. Never seen anyone finer. You're the kind of hype that I want for sure. So come on, baby girl, let's go.
Yeah, I might be leaving with you, but I ain't leaving with your whole damn crew. You must be losing your mind. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't trying to holler. Got a girl playing the fool, cause damn, baby, you fine. You been grinding my behind all night.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, but the thing is, I like it. You been buying all this wine for me all night long, thinking you're gonna take me home, but you're wrong. I say,
all I know is that I came to party all night. I don't know about you, but just believe when we leave, that it believe when we leave with the whole. All I know is that I came to party all night. I don't know about you, but just believe when we leave, that it believe when we leave with the whole.
The home team, Bay Area, jumped out to a 7-point lead, opening 6 minutes of this game, and partial thanks to Royce Anderson splashing 2 threes, 18th ranked overall player in SimWorld, 6'6" swing man, averaging 12 points a game, and he is now tied with Caden Shipp for most threes made this season by Bay Area. Both have 25.
Yeah, Royce Anderson has been a big help to this team. And, you know, they lost Xavier Pope 2 games ago. He moved overseas to Germany. So it'll be, it's gonna be a fun time to see how they respond to losing him and how they fill that spot. I know they got Ricky O'Neal to commit and fill his spot on the roster, but replacing his production is going to be it's going to be it'll be fun to see challenge, see who does that.
Absolutely. Well, Xavier Pope, talented young player, and is a loss for this Bay Area team. 3 on the way for Cascadia, and that is Chris Owens, 69th ranked player in the SimWorld game, 6'5", wing guard player. Under 1 minute to go now. Opening quarter. And yeah, new player on the Bay Area Breakers, brand new, Ricky O'Neal. Looking forward to watching him. And there's a nice steal from Cascadia. A little bit of a momentum shifting run here from them, maybe to end the first quarter.
Yeah, this would be huge for them to in this first quarter with with the lead at 2-3 points. Should have went up with it way quicker. Yep.
Dozier had a smaller defender on him there, and he had good position. I think he just overthought it for an extra second, and the refs calling him out on it. Fair enough.
Yep. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of early game jitters for him too. I think this is one of his first couple of games in SimWorld Hoops.
Shot clock turned off. Bay Area can hold for 1 here, and Ronnie Shanahan out on the court with the ball right now. Hyman calling for it, and he gets it.
Yeah, let him go to work and try to anyway.
Wow.
Man.
Everything but the finish.
Yep.
Still, Eric Hyman and the Bay Area Breakers lead by 4 at the end of 1 quarter. We'll take a quick break, come right back. Second quarter action on the way from the Bay.
Gold Sound Radio.
Close game early on in this one. West Coast battle. Actually, I apologize. I was going to put them into both conference, but they're not. Cascadia is Legacy Conference. Bay Area is Legend.
You would think they'd be in the same conference, right?
You would. Geography would make you think that, but I'm wrong. Oh my, what a drive, and that is a very nice finish from Tyshawn McGrady. McGrady, another one who struggled to shoot a little bit in that opening period, but pretty move and nice finish there.
I guess only so many teams can go in so many places because you think they'd both be in the Pacific Rim as well. But yeah. Cascadia is in the Arctic division.
Oh! Drive, tough shot, Ronnie Shanahan. Ronnie only averaging 3.5 per game, but skilled player being recruited by BYU, Nevada, and others.
Yeah, he's another one of those kids that just he understands his role, and he does it without complaining. We'd spoken about it earlier today. I heard about it on the post-up earlier too, in the Enough Enough segment a little bit. But I like that, and yeah, I want to see more kids have the mentality entering some road hoops. You know, when you get on a team, it's important to understand what your role is going to be, and don't go to a team that you're not a good fit for.
We'll talk about joining a team. We just saw the newest Bay Area breaker, Ricky O'Neal, splash a three-pointer. O'Neal is a 6'4", 195-pound wing player, hailing from Oakland, California. Looking to be a good addition, one of the younger players on a fairly senior-led breaker squad. Ricky O'Neal, along with Adonis Knight, Sean Hyman, and Blake Gillenwater, among the 4 16-year-olds on this Bay Area Breaker team. Cascadia, one of the teams really kind of pegged to be playing for next season. I mean, they did bring in Jason Tada and Montel Cage, the 2 former LA Star transfers we've been talking about, and they've definitely anchored this squad. But
Montel played for Best Coast last year.
Or Best Coast, excuse me. That's right, correct. But they're two California transfers,
right,
and 17-year-olds. But outside of that, it's only Chris Owens who's 17. Everybody else on the squad is 16 or younger. Is once again.
Is that Ronnie dunked it like that?
Yes, that is a fantastic drive and a one-handed stuff by Ronnie Shanahan. Maybe your Pope's departure is going to a little different dynamic in terms of minutes and role for Ronnie Shanahan. Looks like it's so far.
Hey, Ronnie? I didn't know you could do it like that.
5-point lead for the Breakers. 6 minutes to go in the first half. A nice entry pass down into Hyman.
I gotta go up with it though.
Oh, got it blocked by a smaller defender out of bounds, and it's going to go over to Cascadia. They're saying that Hyman touched it last.
Stronger than that, young man. Way stronger. You're the bigger kid. You gotta use that.
Some subs coming in. Holiday back in the game, as is Arthur Lattimore. Main man for Cascadia this season. Just 16 years old, Lattimore. To work. Can't get that bucket. Offensive rebound. Oh, ripped away. Wow, what a sequence there. But finally, Sean Hyman comes away with it.
Oh no.
That was a quick shot, ill-advised shot from Dime Hardaway.
Substitutions on the floor.
Maybe
Well,
coming right out of this game. Let's see, we have some subs coming in.
It wasn't good.
Tada and Cage re-entering for Cascadia, and yeah, it does look like Dime Hardaway is going to be spoken to by Dre Pope. He's going to get to think about that one on the bench for a minute. Nice dish inside to Lattimore, and he finishes.
Fantastic pass. Side hit off Hardwood quickly, and that's one of those passes where, you know, that's a good entry pass. You mentioned it earlier. That's kind of one of those passes where you can just go up with it as soon as you get it as a big man. That's what you want with the pass being in that right spot. And there it was there.
Steal by Caden Shippen. Boy, action has gotten really frantic, particularly for the Breakers, who are taking some quick, contested shots. I think Cascadia will be happy to let them do that all day.
Oh, yeah. They look a little out of sorts here in the last possession, taking quick 4 shots, and there's a 3-second call.
It's the second time already that's happened to Cascadia. Earlier in the game, Dozier flagged for 3 seconds, and this time it's Arthur Lattimore getting a little bit lazy down there in the painted area, or unpainted, as it may be, here in Baybridge Athletic Club.
Yeah.
Oh, nice drive. Ooh. Can't get the finish, but Sean Hyman going to go to the line. Hyman has been another new, he wasn't with this team at the start of the year just because brother Trey was there. Don't get fooled about that, but he's been a solid addition. A little bit more than 8 points, 7 rebounds, and shooting almost 65% from the field. He also averages 2.8 assists per game. That's second on this team. That's not bad from your 6'7", 200-pound wing forward player.
Absolutely not. You'll take that any day. Especially for a guy who's just coming in too, maybe still in a bit of a feeling out process for him, and maybe leaning more towards his teammates who've been here for a while and trying to get his chemistry up that way.
He got his first free throw to go, the younger Hyman. Second one up on the way, and it's also good. Lead go back up to 5. Bay Area, after falling behind 5-0, has come back, taken the lead, and been in charge ever since. Nice steal once again, Caden Shipp. Shipp is really starting to become a pest on defense. He's hardly letting Cascadia get this ball over half court. There he is again out there on Cage. He's having to pull out all kinds of tricks just to get that ball into the half court.
Yeah, he got by him though.
Good. Well, it's a good combination if you can get it past half court and then into the hands of Arthur Lattimore, one of the most skilled scoring big men we have in the Simworld game.
Absolutely. He is impressive to watch. Anytime we get a chance to see him, it's always a pleasure. We know it's going to be good.
Oh, look at that putback by Sean Hyman. Sean Hyman's having to quiet himself a little bit here so far.
Yep. That's why it's important, though, to box out. You got to get a body on somebody, especially in a situation like that. They didn't do it that time, and Sean Hyman made him pay for it.
Jumper on the way, and that is good. That's Jason Tada. Bakersfield's finest. Considered to be the best basketball player to come out of the Bakersfield area in the last decade. Jason Tada.
I really like what he's done for them this season. What both him and Montel Cage have done for this team this season. I still think that I said it earlier in the season, and when Greg Pope came on and started making his moves and all that stuff. Isaiah Pope. He came on and started making all his moves for the team. They're not as bad as everyone thought they were going to be for the season. Because remember, this is the team last season who won the first SimWorld Hoops Championship.
Yeah, so that's right.
And they lost a ton of talent. Their two biggest players, Cody Johnson and
DJ and CJ. Cody Johnson.
Yes,
DJ Childs.
DJ Childs, thank you. Playing on his name for a second. Rick would kill me if I said that to him.
Once they move on to the next level, Yeah, new people to pay attention to. So don't feel bad about that.
Right.
I mean, Jason Tada has been playing really well the past few minutes.
Absolutely. Great dunk there, Sean Hyman.
So has Sean Hyman and also Adonis Knight for the Breakers.
Yeah, Adonis Knight definitely impressed me.
4 under 2 minutes to go. And, nice pass from Cage. I was going to shoot that. Whipped it off to Getson Holiday instead. Tada out there calling for it, but nice dish underneath. Nice finish by the smallest man on the court, Montel Cage.
And he got it right back in the end. He gave it up the first time and ended up getting back to finish the possession. Nicely done.
Like you were saying, B-Ron, Cage and Tada have been so solid for Cascadia all year. And there's Cage playing some good defense, comes up with the rebound.
They haven't quite taken that next step to get over the hump that they're in right now, but I think that they're very close to getting there. And when they get there, if they do make the race to 1, I think they could be a problem in the tournament.
That's his first. Team's first.
But gotta get
called
there.
for the foul there on Cage, under a minute to go. Not a shooting foul, so Cascadia just getting set to inbound again. Some subs in, some major substitutions for the Breakers. Gonna close out this last minute, some different faces out there on the floor. 3 on the way for Cage. Can't get it, but look at that rebound from Lattimore, and he finishes it off.
He's so tough to stop and get a body on. He had position from the beginning too. Even before the shot went up, he was already in the good position to box his man out.
Nice passing that entire possession for the Breakers, and it ends in the prettiest way possible with a Trey Hyman throwdown. Oh, but look at Lattimore on the other end. The big men are going back and forth.
My goodness.
Well, you know, Trey Hyman and Lattimore both professed respect for each other's game. I talked to them before this game. You know, they were both excited to go head-to-head, and I told them I was excited to see them play each other, and so far they have not let me down. Both these teams, as well as both their featured big men, playing well as a good close game set to come to a close. 1.2 seconds left in the first half. See if Cascadia can get a heave. Yep, they are. Way off, however. Can't tie it up at the half, but they're right in this, trailing by 3. Bay Area, led by Sean Hyman, Trey Hyman, Adonis Knight having a good game. They're out to a 3-point advantage, but Cascadia and Arthur Lattimore really hanging tough and hanging in it on the road, B-Ron.
Yeah, they have done a good job of hanging in here on the road in this one. And I'm not surprised by how this game's turning out so far. Close game here in our hands again by all the brothers. I was expecting this coming in. You know, if you are one of the brothers, you would want to come in and just make it not a contest early. But they're both doing it, and we'll see how it goes rest of the way.
Well, both these teams looking to extend winning streaks, get a third straight win in a row. Cascadia, they also need to pull themselves up in their conference and division rankings, and of course the Breakers playing in that hyper-competitive Pacific Rim division. Halftime coming up. It's a quick break here. Second half action when we return. And we are back, just about to start the second half of this one, but before we dive into that, let me remind you that games are coming back to SimWorld tomorrow, Tuesday. Kicking things off at 7 o'clock Eastern. Gotham 5 taking on Lone Star, and 2 more to follow after that. So hope everybody will be back. And there you see Arthur Lattimore in this one, going and getting a bucket. He has a game-high 12 points so far, and 10 points. Sean Hyman leading the Breakers. Trey Hyman has the ball now, and Trey padding his stats there some too, but a little bit surprising, B-Ron, that it was Sean Hyman, not Trey, to lead the way for the Breakers in the opening 16 minutes.
Right, and normally it's Trey who is the one of the leading scorers. He'd be the guy who expected to be him or Caden Ship who would be the leading scorer. But Sean Hyman, surprised to see him do it, but heavy from all the same, and there he goes again.
Wow, nice find by Ship to feed Hyman, but yeah, Sean Hyman, he hasn't missed a shot from the field yet either. 12 points, the 6'7" younger Sean Hyman. Look at Lattimore going to work, and that was nice defense as well. That's what I came to see today. I wanted to see Trey and Lattimore go at it, and that in a bottle and sell that. You guys can do it.
Yeah, we had the number 1, number 2 players at the beginning of the day we wanted to see, and like you said, E, this is one of those matchups we wanted to see here as well. Trey, Hyman, and Arthur Lattimore, we're getting it, man.
Honest night out there. He had a nice first half too, playing tough defense. Lattimore going back to work, can't get it. Ends up rebounded, back up and in.
That's an effort play right there, man.
Tyshawn McGrady, 6'4", 16-year-old out of Seattle. And 18 points since he's joined Cascadia, which is the highest total on this team.
If he's anything like the other McGrady, hopefully he'll develop into one of my favorite players at the next level.
Well, there is a fantastic shot and finish from Royce Anderson. Anderson splashed 2 threes in that first quarter, kind of quiet otherwise. Made some noise right there. The drive, the bucket, the foul, and the finish. Chance for the Breakers to extend their lead to 8 if Royce can sink this shot, which will be their biggest of the game.
And that's honestly a big deal for them. And they do that, so that's good. Yeah, that's a big deal for them to have the biggest lead at this point of the game now in the third quarter.
Breakers and Coach Dre Pope would love to kind of take control of this game and feel comfortable going into a fourth quarter.
Right, yeah, because no one's taking control of this game yet. But the lead being where it is now for Bay Area is a great start to doing that. You just have to keep foot on the gas and keep building on it.
Well, Cascadia has clearly come in looking to feed Lattimore here in the second half. Started it anyway, and it's just been tough. Oh, nice defense that time, and the ball ends up in Jetson Holiday's hands.
I do think they do need to get some more three-point looks and more perimeter looks on the outside to try to help them not only cut into, but stay within striking distance. They can do more of that too, obviously, because you have Lattimore. When you can do that well, that's not a problem, obviously. But I think it's going to just add to everything overall if you can get some more of those outside shots to fall with some consistency. But then they have to worry about that as well. You can't stop both things. It's one or the other in some cases.
Cascadia needs something, and on offense, they are largely. Oh, and look at that!
Goodness.
I was going to say they are the Arthur Lattimore show right now, and the show just keeps on going on. Incredibly tough shot, but somehow Lattimore got that thing to bounce home.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that one went in, but my goodness, that was impressive.
Well, Lattimore goes to shoot. McGrady coming out of the game for Cascadia. Primarius Holloway enters. And Lattimore able to complete the three-point play. And Cascadia back to just a 5-point deficit.
If they can stay around that 5-point range, as far as trailing goes, they'll be just fine.
Well, my concern with Cascadia right now is they need to find a way to stop Bay Area, and as we're seeing right here, John Hyman is not in a mood to be stopped at all.
No, that was very fun if flew inside. But neither is also Lattimore, apparently. Wow.
Arthur Lattimore.
Oh, I'm not concerned about Cascadia finding scoring. I mean, particularly with Arthur Lattimore doing what he's doing out there, but really afford to trade buckets. Not all, but the rest of the way.
Yeah.
At least. And there's a good stop for Cascadia.
Yeah,
They're up the other way. Cage is just going to drive, take and make.
Nicely done, Montel.
The lead had been as much as 8. One possession game now. If Cascadia can get another stop here.
This is huge for Cascadia. They also take the car out of it, too.
John Hyman, that's his first miss. I think that was a 3 he attempted there.
I believe so.
Lattimore on him. It wasn't an easy shot. Up on this end won't go. Sean able to rip the rebound away. And a nice dish from Hyman leads to a great finish from Curtis London.
Curtis London, one of those kids who I expected to have a bigger role along with Kane coming into the season. But again, with the additions they made, it just hasn't worked out that way. But to be fair, he's, again, playing his role, doing what he needs to do to help the team win, and that's what matters.
Ooh. Great recovery on the defense there, or else that was going to end it in another easy breaker bucket. And he didn't get an assist on that one, but I got to say, B-Ron, I am so impressed with what I'm seeing Sean Hyman do out there. Scoring, rebounding, and also passing. Great vision. He's got a handful of dimes already.
Yeah, he really does. And, you know, I feel like he might be the Xavier Pope replacement, perhaps.
Yeah. Sean Hyman, maybe a little bit of Ronnie Shanahan, a smaller player, different player in Shanahan, but going to get some minutes. And after pulling it to within 3, 2 quick buckets from the Breakers have extended this league back out to 7. Timeout on the court. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and we're going to take a quick break as well. Some subs coming in when we return to the Bay. Sean Hyman getting a little bit of a breather. Trey Hyman coming in to replace him, but he has been key, and there is Trey coming up with the steal. It's been little brother Sean leading the way, leading the Breakers to a 7-point advantage as we come to the close of the third quarter here.
If you're Trey, there's 2 thoughts probably going through your head. 1, happy for little bro to get it to, you know, get his shine. But 2, it should be me. I want to do it. No.
Well,
one of those
life has a way.
Jealousy things, you know.
Life has a way of doing that to you, B-Ron. Trey Hyman versus Arthur Lattimore seemed like that was going to be the headline coming into this one, outside of the coaching battle between the folks. But it really has turned out to be Sean. Not that Trey has played poorly at all. Certainly Arthur Lattimore has shown up today, but Sean Hyman maybe having his best game in a Bay Area Breakers uniform so far. Oh, Ronnie Shanahan again. You know, he's got a little bit of that Brian Webb in his game. He can get off some odd angle shots down by the rim there, down in the paint, but he couldn't get that one to go. Oh,
great hand
on the floor. It's still being fought over, still loose. Cascadia comes up with it, but the shot clock is now down to 5.
That is pestering defense. My goodness, love it.
Still is. Yeah. That was great defense by Ricky O'Neal there, the newest Bay Area Breaker.
And one.
Hyman, unfortunately, he couldn't get that shot to go, although Dozier does not like the foul call at all. Just 15 years old.
Yeah.
Dozier, 6'8", 230-pounder out of Compton, California, but picks up the foul there, and it is going to send Big Trey to the line.
Yeah, Q Dozier, one of the, like you said, recent additions to Cascadia here, and had a chance to speak to him and do an interview with him a few weeks ago. It was very good. He's a good kid, and I think that he's going to help this team going forward in the future for sure. Once these other players move on, he'll have a bigger role.
Oh. Dozier has a bright future, I think. He could be part of a front court next year. He and Lattimore, Grady, Holt Ameren, potential wing players. Future looks bright in the Pacific Northwest, both reigning Treys and Cascadia.
Right, this is all, of course, barring the fact that all of those kids decide to stay with Cascadia.
Of course, and
that's right. Yeah, because we know that there was a lot of movement in the offseason coming into this one.
There's movement in season.
Right.
Xavier
expect
Pope.
to see more of that now that we have the first season under our belts here.
That shot didn't even draw any iron. A good third quarter for the Breakers. They lead by 9 as we go into the last 8-minute frame. Cascadia and Coach Isaiah Pope looking to see if they can claw their way back into this one. Underway, final period. Area ball and Bay Area 9-point lead. The Hyman brothers going to work. There's Big Trey, and once again, he is going to get a chance to complete a 3-point play. Fired up about that one is Trey Hyman. He got the better a lot more on that. And here comes little bro Sean to join him out there as well.
Yeah, that was on Dozier.
Oh, I was on Dozier. Excuse me.
But man, yeah, no, but you're right though. All the same, that was impressive. He's man.
Yep.
But I lost for words.
Talented player, 6'10", 240-pounder, being recruited by Gonzaga, Arizona. The Blue Bloods. Trey Hyman. 12-point lead now for Bay Area. In a game that was really close all the way. I mean, leads sort of fluctuated between 3 and 7 for the most part. The Bay Area was usually on top, but another miss there for Cascadia, and this is starting to get on the cusp of getting out of hand.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to, and now is not the time for that if you are Cascadia. You want to keep that lead in between that 3 to 8 point range. And if it starts to balloon, get to 10, then we're talking about, okay, maybe it's starting to look a little over for him. But Jetson Holiday are the plans.
Jetson Holiday, 16-year-old, 6'5" wing out of Montana, averaging 4.3 points a game. More of a 3-point threat.
But he turned on the Jets that time to get the bucket, man.
He did. Trey Hyman passes to Sean out of the double team, and he's going to try a 3. Can't get it to go. Sean Hyman has not hit a 3 yet in SimWorld play. He's attempted 2 this game, though.
Just now, man. Good thing you were.
Oh, that was going to be stolen by Ricky O'Neal, who's flashed some nice moments tonight. He's hit a 3, and he's played some good defense. He was going to come up with a steal there, just got a foot out of bounds. Couldn't quite come up with it.
Yeah, he's looked really good in this game, and just 16 years old too. That gives you a lot of confidence going forward in a game like this.
Shanahan and Sean team up on that one to restore the lead to 12 again.
Man, Sean willed his way to get that dunk. That was one of those I'm not going to be denied getting this one.
Chris Owens gets a clear out, drives inside, and gets the bucket. Nice, tough move from the 6'5", 17-year-old from Miami.
They're scoring, and that's great, Cascadia, but they can't trade buckets.
No.
Now. Can't afford to do that now. They have to play good defense in the one possession and get a bucket on their end.
Need to see more of this as Chris Murray ends up with the ball. Murray going to work inside. He gets a jumper to go. 8-point game, 5:30 to play.
Murray also a newer addition to Cascadia. Looking at the numbers here, but really good on that one.
Trey Hyman looking to settle things back down. Oh, he made a nice move. He got an uncontested jumper, but couldn't sink it. Another bucket inside. This time it's Tarmarius Holloway. Lead is cut down to 6 with, by the way, Arthur Lattimore, along with Jason Tada and Montel Page getting a breather right now. All these players are getting set to come back in, but impressive Cascadia. Look at this, and a steal.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're not in the game right now, but I mean, it hasn't mattered too much all the same.
Hasn't mattered. Maybe it's working. Maybe you leave those guys on the bench. I don't know. Doesn't seem to make sense.
No. You talking crazy now. You talking crazy now, my friend. You gotta get those kids in the game. Ronnie Shanahan.
Yeah, Ronnie Shanahan has really had some nice moments, and that was a nice pass too by Guy and Hardaway to pick him out there.
Yeah. They look good together on the floor at the same time when they don't play like that.
No timeout from Coach Isaiah Pope. Get any of his players back in. Going to continue to let this crew go to work. They've been playing pretty well. Shot clock winding down, however, but look at that.
Nice.
Ricky O'Neal just got burned on that one, and that will end up in a timeout, but it's actually called by Dre Pope. 3:55 mark, fourth quarter. Let's see if we get Lattimore, Tata, and Cage back in this for Cascadia. We come back from the break. 6-point lead, Bear. The area up by 6, under 4 minutes to play now. Oh, Trey, nice drive, good finish. Well, little brother Sean has outshone him today, but Trey Hyman has been a big part.
Oh my goodness!
And there is a fantastic swat by Big Trey as well.
The freshmen are on the bench.
Possession with 14 left on the shot clock.
That was absolutely nasty.
That was nasty, but the ball does stay with Cascadia. And they inbound. Tata back out there, and he gets it. Off the screen, but ends up with Sean Hyman on him, and that's a tough matchup for Tata to try to get over. Back up.
Hey, but you do need to have these kids on the floor now at this stage of the game. Lattimore, Tata, Cage, they need to be on the floor for you at this point, so this is a good call to get back in the game.
Tata got an offensive rebound. Now he gets a 3 to go.
There you go.
That's the lead down to 5.
There it is. Let's see if Tata can work his magic here towards the end of the game.
Sean Hyman out on the floor too now for the Breakers, and he's going to work on Jetson Holiday. Sean was trying to find Trey inside there, but good defense. Cascadia keep him out. Caden Ship's going to get a jumper. Won't go, but look at Trey.
Oh my goodness. Struggling on the boards though these last few possessions here. On the offensive end anyway. Cascadia has, or defensive end, sorry.
Oh.
Nice.
Just a
Tyshawn McGrady.
good effort there from Tyshawn McGrady to get a bucket. Brings the lead back to 5. Still more than 2 minutes to play, plenty of time, but you got to get some stops if you're Cascadia. Good defense there, but you can't give up the offensive rebound.
Yeah, you have, when you get the stop, that's great, but you have to limit them to one possession. You can't give this team second and third chances at the hoop. Luckily, that one didn't go, but we've seen it happen multiple times tonight where they get a second chance and they go.
Critical for Cascadia to get a bucket on this possession. 3 on the way. Well short, however. Tyshawn McGrady just
not a good look there from McGrady, and for as much fancy stuff as he's done tonight for them, it hasn't done them any favors. If you look at his shooting percentages, it has not been good at all. And I feel like he's done more harm than good in this game for them.
can't get that one to go either. 7-point lead, and we're down under 90 seconds to go in this one. Cascadia not fouling, but they have to get a stop on this possession. Absolutely have to.
That's one where you'd like to see McGrady go all the way.
Caden Ship two of the leaders of this Breaker squad, may have just ended the evening for Cascadia with that 3. That moves the lead up to 10. Cascadia is going to need some points in a hurry. Got 2 from McGrady there. That helps, but 63 seconds left. Point margin to make up.
He might need to play off the ball. Just looking at how he plays the game going forward, he might need to play away from the ball and get him looks that way.
Oh, what a strong move from Adonis Knight. Again, not flashy. He's not going to jump off the box score or anything, but Adonis Knight has played very, very well. Coach Dre Pope here on this Memorial Day Monday, and it was not an easy bucket. He just went and got there, but did it. 2-point lead for Bay Area. Well, I want to thank everybody who's been watching. Hopefully you've been here for the whole triple header on this Monday. Hopefully you've got some good stuff coming up later in the day. And you again, we come back on the air on SimWorld TV on Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, kicks off. Action again tomorrow night. And also, remind everybody, B-Ron, we got to get them to the Discord. That's where all of the conversation, the controversy, all the news comes out. Everything's happening there. Discord.gg/SimWorldNBA.
Exactly. And if you want to join coaches Dre and Isaiah Pope in the coaching ranks, you can do that as well. Or if you want to be a player, you can join up on there as well. Again, that's all in the Discord. Discord.gg/SimWorldNBA.
45 seconds and change remaining. Cascadia fought well, hung around, got the lead down to 1 possession a few times here in the second half, but
couldn't get over the humpy.
No, couldn't. Too much Bay Area, too much Hyman. Too much Sean Hyman, too much Trey Hyman, throwing a little Ronnie Shanahan, a flash of Royce Anderson. This is a deep and talented Breakers team, and barring a late collapse, it's been enough to get them past Cascadia.
And we knew this team was even talented coming into the season, but they've only, they've lost some pieces and added some pieces in there as well, as all these teams had throughout the season. But now the rosters are set, we're really going to see how deep and how talented a lot of these teams that think they are versus which ones are, if that makes sense.
Well, used up the entire shot clock and couldn't get a bucket. That's probably not what Isaiah Pope wanted on that, but he's also probably just happy to get the buses fired up, the kids back up north. They came, they played well, they played valiantly, but at the end of the day, my player of the game, Sean Hyman and the Bay Area Breakers, a little bit too much for the Pacific Northwesterners. 10-point victory for Bay Area, a 3rd straight win from them. They improved to 12-5. Cascadia have to get another challenge 500 again. They dropped to 8-10. Well, again, everybody, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed all of this triple header on SimWorld TV today. Hope you'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern time, when we pick it back up. In the meantime, for myself, E-Lava, for my broadcasting partner, B-Ron, and for Ron Yell, thank you so much for being with us, and enjoy your Memorial Day, everybody. See the game, be the game.